Good morning, people. We got to do a shift this morning. I think we got to do a shift. Unless I'm mistaken, it's not going up on Facebook. I'm not sure what happened. Hang on. Did I get banned again? How come they don't tell? How come they don't tell you when they ban you? Wait. Let me go out to Facebook. Yeah, it's not on Facebook. All right, hold on, let me get YouTube going. What the heck happened? What'd I do this time? What'd I do? I did something again. It's not going up on Facebook. Good morning, so we should give people time a chance to come over. Who is that? Occupy New Paradigm. What's going on? Good morning. Oh, we're talking this weekend. Good morning. Are you the one to ask the question? You said, how come my channel doesn't have a big following? Is that you? Hang on, I'm gonna show you why in a minute. Because it looks like I just got blocked on Facebook. You can't talk on our platform. I'm not sure what just happened. Let me make sure before I say I got blocked again. Let me make sure that is actually what happened. These people are nuts. I have no idea what's going on. A little bit. Wow, that's loud. Turn that way down. Ooh, that's loud. What was I doing this weekend? Last year I was working on my intros and stuff. Hang on. Why don't I? Is that you? Yeah, that was you. Okay. Yeah. Why don't I have a big following? Like I said, maybe I'm doing something right. Maybe I'm doing something right. Because I got blocked on Facebook again this morning, I think. Looks like they shut me down on Facebook. That's how you know you're saying something right. That's how you know you're on the right path. It's either that or it's the whole 5G Wutan connection. That might be it. I don't know. Hang on, let me clean this up. This is going to be a YouTube only day. Let me hide the animation right there. And then make the comments all YouTube centric. Let me bring YouTube up over here. Yeah, I guess I got blocked. Let me see if I can go see if they can tell me. You're not allowed to live stream here. What did I do? I didn't do nothing this weekend. I didn't do nothing. Let me see. What did we post this weekend that could have pissed somebody off? Hold on. Nope, they didn't say anything. Just you're not going live on Facebook today. All right, hold on, wait. Let me hide the Facebook comments. We're gonna be all YouTube today. Y'all make y'all big. Put a little Viagra on your comment section. Okay, so why don't I have it? How come there's not like thousands of people following? I have no idea. I think I might actually be saying something important. We talk about free the people, free the human race, talk about ending conflict, but a lot of people talk about that. So I don't know what it is about me that particular. Maybe not supposed to be black and do that. Maybe not supposed to have brown skin, talk about free the people. I'm supposed to be yelling out there, running, screaming. I don't do that. Ooh, I was listening to Obama talk this morning. But I guess it was during his presidency. He was talking about the police, po-po, and that it's important for people to get out and march. And you know what? I gave him a chance. What was this? This was a BET News interview. I'll post the link later. But I always watch these things, and I was giving them a chance. I was just gonna sit there and listen. Say, all right, well, maybe Obama's gonna say something that's true. Maybe he's gonna say something that's like a root problem and not all of that obfuscation actor nonsense that all the presidents talk. And he didn't say anything about the laws. He just said get out in the street and protest, and that eventually things might change. And as a president or a legislator, I expect him, as a person with critical thought, I would expect him to say the problem is we got too many laws. When you got too many laws, you got too many police. When you got too many police, you got too many people on the guns with street. And besides, we shouldn't have these laws anyway, because obviously the people don't want them. But he didn't say that. He just basically he walked over. Anyway, good morning. That's probably why I occupy a new paradigm. I'm occupying new paradigms. I think we need a paradigm shift in the world, and I think we need to occupy our earth. So I like your name, love your name. We need to occupy new paradigms. We need to do something new too. We keep doing the same old bullshizzle. And so I guess I fit into that community. Like today, I want to talk about cover-ups and trust. Who do you trust? What do you trust? I don't trust your government. I don't trust your leaders. I don't trust your politicians. I don't even trust your Egyptologists because they make up all the ologist stuff. They make all that stuff up. It's obvious that that's a temple. It's obvious. There's something under that pyramid. The pyramid is not, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you, I've got my theory. Y'all say it was for power. I know I said it was for power probably a year ago. I don't believe that no more. I think that we don't know what it's for. I think that somebody's covering something up. I think it's just like today. It's like Twitter. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter because they're always, I don't know how many friends I got permanently deleted from Twitter. Twitter is like the least honest platform on the planet. Has to be. So I don't really spend too much time over there. If you want to get your news, that's the last place you go, which is weird because their whole thing is based in conflict. But I know so many people that got deleted. In fact, what was it? There was a channel I'm following on YouTube that just got deleted. What's the name of that channel? They talk about climate change is coming from solar radiation. So you've deleting their posts and deleted them on Twitter, then I think they got something important to say. Anytime somebody gets deleted, it's important. This weekend, apparently you weren't allowed to talk about 5G and Wuhan and cocoa virus. So I think that there's something there. Good morning, everybody. So I'm thinking about immune system. I'm thinking about drinking smoothies. He who controls a person's immune system controls that person. The immune system is probably the criticalest system in your body. You can go 3 days without water. You might not make half a day without an immune system. You might make a day. So your immune system is your national security, right? That is actually how your body defends its borders. Your immune system is the thing that's keeping you alive. And if you can find a frequency to monkey with somebody's immune system, you can find something that's in M&Ms and Snicker bars and, and candy that can topple it, then yeah, you can take over their immune system. You control people through their immune system. Let me change the background music and get started. Am I blocked on Facebook? Christine is asking. Yeah, I am. I don't know. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Let me go over here and see. I don't know. It just says critical start failed. And anytime it says that on Facebook, usually because I've been naughty. I did something. I done said something. Got to paddle me. So I guess I said something right. Yeah, every time I try it says critical start failed. So no Facebook. Although I'm posting. So maybe they just took my live streaming abilities and they're not telling me, oh, you know what? I got an idea. Hang on. This might be important research today. If I try to go live here, sometimes they'll tell me my infraction. So apparently I didn't say something this weekend that they didn't like. Hang on, new live. Let me change the title. Because I have multiple waves I can go live. Let me see, cover up. I think AI sometimes it looks at what you're researching and they're like, nope, he's not going live today. He was talking to his brother today. My brother called me this morning and I told him, I said, bro, go and get your 4G phone. Go on and get it. Upgrade, because 5G, don't want to do that. And maybe, I don't know, they were listening to that conversation, learning software. I don't think it's people. I think it's all software. That was my field. That's what I did. Let me see, go live on Facebook. No, looks like it might be working. Hang on, wait, might be fake news. Yeah, I think I'm live on Facebook. Hang on, well, we went down the wrong way. Oh, the backup method. Maybe they blocked one way, they didn't block the other. No, I'm live on Facebook. So y'all can go back on Facebook if you want. We'll give you a minute. Because some of y'all are YouTubers, racist. Y'all YouTubers. Yeah, they don't like YouTube. There we go. Yeah, that brother Dale just shared. There go Jackie right there. Look at that. So no, they just blocked the other method. I can go live a couple different ways, and they blocked the other method. So false alarm. All right, I'm sorry. Let me bring y'all back on Facebook. I didn't shut Facebook down. I done turned off the emoticons. You know what? I wish they stopped playing with this stuff. Let me see, what is it? Animations, we'll turn that back on. And all right, we're gonna have to shrink YouTube again. Oh, see, it doesn't shrink right. It has shrinkage. It doesn't shrink. Put some cold water on YouTube. Y'all know shrinkage is real, right? Y'all know it's a thing? Did y'all know it's a thing? Y'all didn't have to go back. They instantly went back. Did you see the numbers drop on YouTube? They don't like y'all on YouTube. They instantly went right back to Facebook. Oh, he's on Facebook. We gonna leave YouTube. As long as you don't go to Twitter, you're good. I got a Twitter account, but that is the most silencing platform on the planet. All right, give me a minute, because I got to click on this, shrink this, put a little water on it. Shrinkage, it was from a Seinfeld episode. It's real. Shrinkage is real. So let me shrink YouTube. Man, sometimes I think they just mess with you to mess with you. No, I can't shrink it that way. It's not shrinking. How come? Oh, aspect ratio, right. And click that. Put a little cold water on the wee-wee. Here we go. Here we go. Yes, it's a real thing. Don't be laughing at men, because it's a real thing. Don't be going to the pool and laughing. It's real. Trust me, it's real. Say, yes! Black guy didn't say it. Oh, it's real. It's real. Going to the beach. That's why if you see us going at the beach, real story, we go in the water. It's cold at first. It's cold at first. You'll never see me. You'll never see me walk in the water and turn around and walk right back out. Hell no. We going in, we got to stay for a minute. We got to stay, let things equilibrate. That's not even a word. Let them balance out. Because I ain't gonna go in the water and come right back out. I don't do the pools. I don't say the pool because y'all pee and poop and do all the nasty things in the pool. But you go in, get right back out. Oh no, that turtle, see you. So, because you had an agreement, which anyway, I don't want to talk about that. But that shrinkage is real. Let me shrink this real quick. It's an agreement that you have. Like, listen, I didn't agree with this. It's cold now. You did not consult with me. You need to get me a sock or warm. What are the little warm packs that you take, the shipping things where you take them and you rip them and throw them in the package so it keeps everything warm? You need one of those for the testicles or something. Because if you take and you put it down in there, then you don't have no shrinkage. All right, kids can watch the show. Never mind. Let me stop. I'm just saying, that's how it's biology, people. It's just how it works. Shrinkage is a real thing. When he told you about shrinkage, don't be laughing at people. It does what it does. You're a grown woman, you know that. All right, grown, and if you're 4 years old, 5, 6, 7 as a child, you know, little boy, you know that too. All right, hang on. Come on, everybody. I'm trying to resize YouTube, and I don't know how to do it because every time I shrink it, it doesn't look right. Exactly. When you shrink it, I'm shrinking the comments. I'm shrinking it, and it's not looking right. That's you. Yeah, you can't get out the pool looking like that because I can't even read them. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do here. I don't even know. I'm gonna stay in the water. Just gonna stay in the water. And people like, oh look, it's a turtle. Mommy, it looks scary. Oh, that's just horrible. Let me stop. All right. I don't even know what to do, so we're gonna have to hang on. Let me bring in the comments over here for I gotta pull an audible. Wait. Where's Facebook? Dang it. Now I gotta go figure out what the hell happened to Facebook. I'm so sick of this. Why don't y'all just let people have free speech, leave everybody alone? That's what we're talking about, cover-ups today. I'm gonna talk about cover-up and trust. Who can you trust? I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nothing. Here we go right there. All right, there we go. Look at that. They ran right back to Facebook. Look at them. Some of y'all was over here on YouTube. I know. I don't know what's wrong with people. Hang on, let me bring them forward over top of the blocks. There you go. Yep, and that was Christ Henderson was one. She was right on YouTube. As soon as I said we back on Facebook, she ran right back over there. Hang on. Bring it to the top. Wait, come on. You can rise. It's almost up. Wait. Where's the comment? There go Bofon. I know he's saying something. There we go. Y'all on top now. Whew. All right. I guess we're going to have to shrink. I don't know what I'm going to do with this morning. Oh, you know what I can do? Let me do this. I'm going to push. There we go. We're going to push y'all down like that and bring y'all over like this. We can all be friends. We can be friends. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? We can be friends. All right, there we go. Just got to push y'all down just a little bit further, but I think I'm missing comments. Let me see, 949, 940. Okay. Well, either way, they'll hit there right there. All right. What are we talking about today? Man, we even got past this nonsense. Oh, I didn't even share it. I don't like your world. I'm gonna let y'all know that. I don't like your. I don't like your world. I don't. I appreciate we did a great watch party this weekend. However, I appreciate y'all sat there for 2 hours. The Sag Guru, the Mystic, talking to Stephen something. scientists, the worlds of mysticism and science are merging, which is a beautiful thing because now science is explaining what mysticism, what people knew from a long time ago, which is part of this picture right here. This is a temple, people. There's something underneath that. There's something that they didn't found the pyramid. We know they didn't build it, and we can go through that. I want to talk about that. It's a cover-up. It's a cover-up. See all the blocks that made the pyramid shape? You know what that is? I know it's just a power generator. No, it's a cover-up. They found something and they covered it up. They didn't want to. They could have blew it up. They could have broke it down, destroyed the temple, whatever's underground, whatever. They can done all of that. But whatever they found was so phenomenal that they decided it's a better idea to take 100 million tons of stone and just pile it up on top of this thing to control the access to it. There's something in that pyramid. Pyramid Khufu, it had nothing to do with it. Okay, Khufu, and Coco virus. They have nothing to do with building the pyramids. The pyramids are hiding something, people. Please wake the hell up. There's something all underground. They're underground cities, and they found something. They built it on top. The Egyptians got nothing to do with it. I don't listen to Egyptologists at all on Egypt, cause I don't tolerate the tologists, whatever that means. That's not even a science. They made the whole thing up. Egyptology is not a science. All right, hang on, wait. Let me share, oh my goodness. All right, it's public, and let me share out to my page. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? I ain't doing too good. Actually, I'm doing great. I'm annoyed, a little bit annoyed. I don't get a lot of noise. Just give me a few seconds. It always passes. Let me share out to this page, and then we're gonna share out to this page. Did y'all have a good weekend? Anybody get the Kaluga virus this weekend? I told you to drink your smoothies. I told you to drink your smoothies. I told you to drink it. Stop eating that okra. Stop eating that candy and sugar. Stop shopping at Walmart for your produce. I've told y'all that 1,000 times. If you don't control your immune system, whoever controls your immune system controls you. Please keep that in mind. You don't have any water, you die in 3 days. If the government has something that they put up on top of buildings and towers and goes bzzz at the right frequency, you're gonna need to do whatever they tell you to do. All right, there we go. This, oh my goodness gracious. Slavery is so hard. I'm so sick of slavery. We should have ended it a long time ago, but you know, that's how it goes. Click there. Here's my page, there's the comments. All right, oh wait, nope, that's not it. Trying stuff, don't work. Trying. Y'all remember that Cat Williams? All right, there we go. Whew, all right, now we're good to go. Agreed on Egyptology. Sean agrees, that's right. Yeah, brother, they didn't made it up. They made up their science. I think we're in a time, Sean, where all the sciences are merging. That's why it was a phenomenal talk from Saj Guru and that quantum physicist guy. Beautiful, beautiful talk. The worlds are emerging. Science is figuring out that we didn't come from monkeys with skirts that put blocks on top of each other's and drew pictures on them. We came from great people. We didn't come from half-naked people wearing dresses, scratching booties, making spears. No, we did not come from cavemen. We came from powerful people. Powerful people we know nothing about. Good morning. There we go. All right, I think I'm ready to go. And share it on that page, that. Boom. All right, good. Good morning, Bofon. Good morning, Courtney. Brother Sean is in the house. Christine, I think all about, oh, wait a minute. I think all about on energy. Christine. You think it's all about energy? I think the pyramid could be about energy. Could be, but I think that's a secondary thing. I don't think it was the primary thing. I think the pyramid is social media. Hold on, let me show you something, because I was watching a few things this weekend. I think that the cover-up, I think, so if you wanted to build a structure to hide something, you would make it the shape that water wouldn't affect it. You'd make it a shape where weather couldn't affect it. You make it a shape where wind would affect it as little as possible. Let me show y'all something, because I you know what? Oh boy, I don't even want to say this, because you say it and then you get all the alien people mad at you. Let me show you something. Pyramid on Mars. Let me show y'all something. Y'all heard this? I was hoping it was a pyramid on Mars. I was hoping, wait a minute, this one right here. This is the one, not the other one, but this one. And I'm not saying aliens aren't real. You know, y'all know I believe in aliens. I like to think through things. Y'all see this right here? That's a pyramid on Mars. That's the pyramid. I don't think that's a pyramid. Well, you know what? It could be. I changed my mind in a few seconds. It could be. I just don't think it I think it's a shape that's obviously beaten the hell up by wind. If you're gonna build something anywhere and you need wind to affect as little as possible, you want that structure to stand for hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands or millions of years, it needs to be in a shape that allows wind to hit sides of it. So that could be a mountain and it could be a pyramid. But it's still, if you look in this, what is the name of this plateau on Mars? If you look around it, you'll see other things that look like pyramids, right? You go to Antarctic pyramid, like say it's a pyramid in the Antarctica. At Antarctica, you can look at that as well from the top. And it, looks like you got some sides of pyramids and other sides don't look really like the pyramid because wind does that. So if you wanted to build a shape to hide something, you want to hide it for a very long time, from water that falls from the top and wind that hits from the side, you would build a pyramid to cover it up. So I think it's a cover up. I think it's a cover up. And another good example of that is Göbekli Tepe. I love that word, Göbekli Tepe. Say that 8 times fast, Göbekli Tepe. And what was Göbekli Tepe about, right? They built something and they wanted to protect it. And how did they protect it? They buried it, right? They say it's 50 acres of structures. They've only uncovered 5% and they covered it up. Why would they cover it up? To protect it. And it could be possible that the pyramid was on top of something that they're covering it up to protect it. That could be. Or they want to secure access to it, like social media. Censoring, right? You want to censor what the public could get to. What if it is about energy, Christine? Could be a temple where you go to worship and positive energy, meditation. Could be global energy. People think it's a global pyramid structures. And my problem with the pyramids are always about power and Tesla and power all over the planet is the pyramids were all built at different times. And that to me doesn't make any sense, right? If the people fleeing Atlantis built the pyramids, 'cause I like the theory, I'm not really on that theory. Then the pyramids wouldn't be built at like so many different times by so many different people. Like we know the Great Pyramid was not built by the Egyptians, was not built by Khufu. But the Mayan pyramids and the Aztecs and in Mexico, we know who built a lot of those. There's some of them that we don't. I forgot the name of the one in Mexico, north of Mexico City. We don't know who built that one. So if you were doing a worldwide power grid, you would build all those pyramids. They would roughly look the same. They pretty much have the same structure and they pretty much be built by the same people around the same time. So yeah. And so they covered up Göbekli Tepe, and whoever covered up the pyramid, it was a flat plane, I guess. So they piled up a bunch of rocks to hide it from you. They built a Twitter so they can control the access to the information. Good morning, everybody. Cover-ups and trust. And who do you trust? I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. And I damn sure don't trust. If I don't trust my neighbor, I can't trust him, then I can't trust my government. I don't believe in governments. Anyway, the Disney movie coming out this fall called Artemis Fowl is a large clue. Is it? All right, Furies. George, I have to take a look at it. I don't know anything about it. I do my best to avoid Disney because I don't like pedophilia and I don't like breaking children. I'm a little weird on this whole Hollywood Disney thing. I've mostly been boycotting them, mostly, unless it's like zombies or aliens or like the Matrix type thing. I pretty much avoid them. Hollywood needs to come down, all of it. But I'll take a look at that and see what the clues are in that. Got a fine on $250 parking. Wrong in Washington. Oh, Christine got a fine for parking in Washington? Shouldn't be no fines, Christine. That's stupid. You were born here. You were born here. This is your country. You can't get parking tickets. That's the dumbest thing on the planet. But otherwise, we got to spend a little more time with the whole sovereign citizen thing. I'm just saying, if you're gonna do the sovereign citizen thing where you drive it on the highway, what do they call it, traveling? If you're gonna do that and dissolve your birth certificate and do those things, you need to find somebody who knows what they're talking about. Don't just when the police pull up to you, I'm a sovereign citizen. There's a whole process you got to go through. But yeah, I don't believe in parking tickets. I don't think that you should have to pay to parking, Christine. I disagree with 99.9% of every single law. I think all laws are illegal. The only things that we need right now is to keep people alive. Other than that, most of those laws gotta go. Let me see. Husband says he's having a hard time getting anything manufactured in China right now because everyone is being told to stay home due to cocoa virus. That's a good idea, Max. That's a good idea. I actually don't have to be told to stay home. I I already stay home. I don't have to wait for cocoa virus. But let me be clear on a couple things. First of all, Americans, you don't really have to worry too much about what's happening in China, because China does not have the highly evolved technological police state that you do. Okay, they don't have it. Then and if the big kahuna virus that comes here, oh, you're gonna have it a whole lot worse. You know, I understand, stand for China, I get that. If that mess makes it here, they already got systems evolved to take care of you. They can shut that internet off. You got not no leak stories getting out. They already got the guns, the MRAPs. They got all the Saudi Gulf War, all the tanks from the Gulf War. Your local sheriff's department has. You don't have to. You can cry. I stand up for China. I ain't saying stand up for China. I'm just saying that when it comes here, if and when what's happening in China is going to be a cakewalk compared to what you get. These Democrats and Republicans, I say that. DNC and GOP, they've been building this police state for a long time. We don't even know the tools that they have. We have no idea. And besides the fact, like the whole, because you can't post now apparently certain links that link that whole Wuhan 5G rollout and cuckoo virus. And I think there's something there because they're blocking the post. To me, that's it. If you don't block the post, then I'm like, I don't know. So it's theory, conspiracy. I'm not sure what's going on here. But if y'all are blocking posts, there's something about that. And if you know that 4G affects the immune system, if you know 4G, it alters DNA, then you know that affects the immune system. Even if it's not a direct effect, the fact that you're creating tumorous and mal or cells that don't work right, then the immune system has work to do. Your white blood cells, your cytotoxic T cells, they got to go kill some cells, right? And to protect your immune system, which is your national security, that's how you keep yourself safe. One thing, you want to boost it, and number two, you want to stress it as little as possible. If you got a frequency that's causing all kind of problems with people, yep. It would make sense that the cuckoo virus would get out of control in China, especially if they were trying to create those smart cities for that social credit system. But in America, we don't have 5G. We got 4G, and that's jacking up people's immune systems already. Doctors have already proven that. That's not any speculation on the internet. I don't know why we got to keep saying it. Listen to the doctors. 5G is significantly worse. But we have human beings here with debilitated immune systems anyway. Shopping at Walmart for your produce. It's not Walmart. I mean, it's Target too, and Kmart, any of the market. If it has a mark behind it, you shouldn't get your produce there. Gas Mart, Texaco Mart, Petroleum Mart. Don't get any of your food in places that end in Mart, and you might be okay. But if your immune system is having trouble, and right now in America, we got people with the autoimmune diseases. The doctors say that most Americans are walking around with partially working immune systems. Oh, if the cuckoo virus comes here, people gonna go cuckoo. All right. So anyway, that's a cover-up for you. That's definitely a cover-up. I mean, I laugh at it. I mean, I'm not laughing at the cuckoo virus. Don't get me wrong. I chuckle at the idea that we continue to allow laboratories to create things that can murder human beings. I chuckle at the idea that we pretend we know the human immune system and we don't. And we play with these things that you can't really say. It starts with a V, but you can't say it. All right? Those things. I think I laugh at our stupidity. That's what I laugh at. I don't like, because people are dying. This is bad. They're between 150,000 people might have died in China in about 500. Nobody really knows because China, they don't have a police state, but they're very good with their information. America's significantly better. The Quickie Mart, definitely not, Patricia. I do not get any tomatoes at the Quickie Mart. If somebody brings you a tomato sandwich from the Quickie Mart, do not eat it. Protect your immune systems, stress them out as little as possible, because if it ever comes here, that's your national security. You want to invest in your immune system to make sure you are protected. If you've had a cold or virus or the flu in the last year, you got work to do. All right, you need to go do your own research. You can ask any of these hippies here, or you can ask people. Find somebody who doesn't get sick on a regular basis. Ask them what they eat, start to replicate that. That's the best place to get started, but do your research. Build up your immune system, that of your kids, and do not get no 5G phone. And do not eat pesticides. Avoid, you have to cut back on the meat. People don't like it when that's being said, but that is a fact. The minute that meat protein, the casein, and eating the meat, it hits your tongue, it activates your white blood cells. Your body starts to fight it. You start inflammation right here. It's just fact. You can do anything you want with it. You can fight it. No! If you want to. I'm just trying to tell you, stress your immune system as little as possible. But that includes jugs. Don't be drinking no jugs. It's not just me. Sugar too. All right? We will cultivate it. And because what they're saying in China is that it's old people and kids that are getting the sickest and the ones who are really having trouble. And that's because the kids don't really have a strong immune system, and neither do the old people. Do not eat food that makes you have the immune system of babies and old people. Bad idea at this point in time. We still got governments that are not evolved, and they're still investing heavily in making weapons to kill people, and every now and then those things get out. Following the government's pattern, they will turn on 5G way before they announce it. Susan, 5G could already be on. I'm sitting there talking smack like, yeah, all right, honey, we need to get some smoothies. We need to get some avocado and bananas. And what else he put in there? Put this, that deep leafy greens, whatever. It's already going. Susan, that would not surprise me one bit. Wouldn't surprise me one bit if they already got it on. He who controls the immune system, as we found from big pharmaceutical companies, can make billions of dollars and control the population. You don't have an immune system, you don't have a life. Same way nations fight. If another nation can break down your defenses before they come there using geoengineering weapons, they don't have to go there. Because you can't grow no food. Right? But if they have to come there, they'll bow to your military when they come through, because your military is bringing food and candies and cakes and water, and they'll throw them out the back of the tank, and your population will run and chase after them. That's how warfare is fought. That's warfare. That's what I post from this weekend. Maybe that's why Facebook is a little upset with me. 5G is a bioweapon. Doesn't matter how you look at it, it is. That's what they use it for. That's a fact. Was it Raytheon? That was a fact. They use that frequency as a bioweapon for crowd control. So don't stop and say, oh, it's not a bioweapon. That's called facts. All right? I like facts. The only things that I stand fact on are the things that are facts. 98% of the thing I'm like, plausibility. Those few things that are facts are real facts. All right, and 5G is a euphemism. Yes, it is, Furious George. It stands for 5th generation, not gigahertz, which is very confusing. And that's why when they do silly stuff like this, I can't trust it. I don't want to go through it. It's when you go from, ignore the G part. Ignore the G part. If you go from 4.2 gigahertz to 60 gigahertz, it's not a small jump. Not a small jump. If 4.2 gigahertz gives people diseases either by shutting down their immune system, causing problems with the immune system, or causing tumors, going to 60G is an attack. I'm sorry, that's an attack. 5G is literally an attack on the population. And that's it. What for? I have no idea. Why? I have no idea. Who most? I have no idea. Who's behind? I have no idea. All of those are great conspiracy theories. The reality is nobody should put anything in your house that debilitates your immune system. That's insanity. All right. You shouldn't be rolling out 5G, but like Susan said, they probably already got it on in a lot of areas. All right. Whew. Slightly annoyed is Gerard's version of pissed off as hell. Yeah, Lori, I can't really get pissed off. It doesn't work for me. I've tried. When I was young, I used to get pissed off all the time. I used to cuss. He's been a Quaker his whole life. Oh, no, Don. I got people who I went to college with and people I went to high school with. They'll tell you, oh no, this is new G. This is not old G. This is new G. It ain't 5G, 4G. This is, I have no reason to be upset G. I really don't, because I'm a part of the whole system. I didn't cause this with everybody else. I ain't mad at Obama, ain't mad at Trump, ain't mad at Bernie, ain't mad at Putin. I didn't pay my part. I did my part in this system. I think we shouldn't go this direction no more. So I can't really get upset, Lori. When I try to get upset, I feel like a sellout. Because I have this conscious thing. It always reminds me of my participation and my consent. So I start to get upset, then I have to stop like, oh, damn, I was voting, paying in taxes and believed in the system, yelling and fussing at the other side. What the hell do I got to complain about? I can't really get too upset. Fix the system. All right. That's why I'm a shaman. Yes, Sean, you should be a shaman. And more people need to go back to shaman type understandings. The longest running clinical trial study on the human race goes back to the very beginning. It was the shaman, the medicine men, and the medicine women, and the witches. We need to listen to them more. I can trust them. Speaking of cover-ups and trust, they killed the shaman and they covered him up. They killed the medicine man, they covered it up. They burned the witch and her books so people wouldn't have the ability to have powerful things that help their immune system and heal them. Because he who controls the sick people, or he who can make the people sick, controls the people. So I trust shaman all day long. If somebody done showed up, Brother Sean, if you done showed up with a grass skirt, and you had one of them shaky things with the grass and the leaves and stuff, and you had some poultices and bottles and stuff, you was mixing stuff up, I'm gonna make the blue bumps go away. I had some blue bumps right here. I trust you any day I would to CVS and Walgreens. I trust you every day over that. I would. My sister done did it to me. I shouldn't have trusted her, but I got attacked by some bees, Brother Sean. She made a lot of good stuff, but she did one thing, was she didn't put the garlic in there. She shouldn't have done that. I had a little tough time with the garlic because it gave me a headache while I was fighting off this bee attack that I had. But she knew the other stuff to put together. She made her poultices and, hey, babe, big brother, drink this. And I'm like throwing this stuff back. And I didn't go to the doctor. But there's something to it. I trust her. And I'm not gonna trust her on the garlic next time because the garlic gave me a headache. But all the other stuff she made, I don't trust the big pharmaceutical industry. No, I don't trust them at all. I used to work for them. I don't trust nothing they make. The only time I trust them, Brother Sean, if I was in a car accident, and I trust them. Sure, because I can't go to you for my painkillers. I got to go to them. Anyway, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Yeah, Facebook is up and running now. All right. I'm talking about cover-ups and trust. Anything on that topic, I'm good with today. G trying to get to heaven now. No, I'm not, Beaufont. I'm trying to make heaven. I don't think heaven exists. I know Christians, hang with me for a second. We grew up together. I think that it was more of a choice. I think we're in hell. We were talking about that this weekend. I think we are in hell. I think they got some of those scriptures wrong. Hate me, be upset with me, whatever. There are other scriptures that were in other texts that predate the scriptures in Hebrew and Greek long before they were translated and actually put in the Bible. So they came from some root scriptures, and so we have to be honest and say that they were copies. And if a lot of them were copies, then it's possible that we didn't exactly get it all right, or they didn't exactly get it all right. I do think that we were given a choice, and we could make this heaven or this or hell. And I think we're in hell right now because I think we made it hell. We can make it heaven by loving each other, not coveting, and not thou shalt not stealing, and thou shalt not colonization, and thou shalt not coveting thy neighbor's oil, and thou shalt feed the children, do all the things that Christ told you to do, and you can make this a heaven on earth. Short of that is hell. And it might be that, heaven is here, hell is here. It's just a phase dimension. I don't really know. I like the theories everybody has, but I wasn't here back then, so I'm not gonna lie to anybody and say I know anything. These are all plausibility. I'm not even sure what my beliefs are. And is it possible that if heaven and hell are here, we're just more phasing into the dimension you would call hell, and so darker things can kind of come through the gateway, some of the things written in the Bible, that the chains are kind of unleashed because it's phased over here, and we can make it more heaven by loving each other and looking out for each other and doing the things that the Christ consciousness is what people call it. My mind is open. My mind is open. So I'm not trying to get to heaven. I'm just trying to live more heavenly. I'm trying to do things for people that makes them more heavenly. I'm trying to remove my bad behavior best that I can. And if I'm wrong, then we still go to heaven. I mean, all righteous people go to heaven. I think everybody who tries go to heaven. I think if you're trying, I think you're going to heaven. I think if you got the love of a child, right? Because these children are supposed to be perfect. I know Ty ain't gonna like that, but I think children are perfect. I think they're born perfect and we jack them up. That's what I think. I think they're born perfect and then we teach them how to fight against other people to get what they want instead of working together like a collective. They say all children go to heaven, so there you go. Be more childlike, pretend that your place of slavery, your plantation is a daycare. Work with the other kids, love them, be kind to them, bring them not bagels. Bring them some broccoli. Bring them some broccoli. Bring them some smoothies. You know, call it a juice bar. Bring some juice. Hand some juice out at work. Know that the cocoa virus is coming, and these people use your phones and y'all share keyboards and desks and oxygen. Just pretend that y'all share. Pretend that their sickness is your sickness. Then I think things will go well. But don't bring no bagels, donuts, and nothing. If you just brought something in the office, I think you should close that box and take them back. Because those are the people that's going to be, you know, those are the immune systems that you're debilitating for when the kookaloo virus comes here. All right, there you go. 3 is powerful, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And I don't know what that means, Furious. You know, I grew up, I thought I did. That's the Trinity. You know, I think that I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Facebook lives matter. Yes, they do. Alien Facebook lives matter. Yeah, they do, citizen. Yeah, they do. And some people think that the aliens built it. I think that's even possible. I think it's possible that, not the pyramid, right? Not the pyramid. Because people look at the pyramid and say, yeah, it's one structure. I don't think it's one structure. I think there are multiple structures. I think they found it and they built something on top of it. I know I got a picture in here. I got a picture of, because you know what, for me, Citizen Dev, when they found the tunnel, because what you gotta find is you gotta find something original in the pyramid, right? When you go inside, you don't even know if you're still in the structure necessarily that the pyramid makers built. You could be inside the original temple. I personally don't think that you are. I think when you walk in, you're inside the pyramid that's on top of whatever they were trying to hide or secure from the public. But as far as who built the pyramids, there were no hieroglyphics found. This is the people who built the pyramids right here. You know, your guess as to what the hell that means, I have no idea. But this was what was found inside that tunnel, right? So they went inside the pyramid, they removed the blocking stone, they sent the robot in, and on the other side, the furthest blocking stone was that. And so whoever wrote that was with the people who built the pyramid cover. Not what was down underneath, you know, perhaps, and perhaps not the tunnels underneath, but we know it's not the Egyptians. That's not hieroglyphics, right? And this is the map right here of what the robot took a picture of. Right? So that whoever wrote that, he was with the crew, or she was with the crew that built the pyramids. And that's not very clear hieroglyphics. It's like you got a little man up in the corner and somebody sliding down the slide or something. And so that's not Egyptian. But I think that, you know, because there was no group effort, there was no massive writings or carvings or anything in the Great Pyramid, that was probably a Beaufont. Or it was a Lori or a Trish or somebody, probably a Jonathan. His last day at work. Yeah, all right, you know, everybody, we wrapping up here. We almost done. We got this cavern built out. I'm gonna put the last stone on top. Ain't nobody gonna see this tunnel for 100,000 years. That's right. You know, yeah. His brother Jonathan or Christine or somebody, but like, you know what? We wasn't supposed to do this. We even covered something up and the people need to know about it. And so they took their marker or something and just started writing. And it could probably say something like alien craft below, or we ain't do this, or we covering something up, or we shouldn't be, because it's not sanctioned. Obviously, whoever wrote that in that tunnel was being a bastard. That was a whistleblower. That was somebody telling you that we doing something we ain't supposed to be doing. And so while everybody out there getting bagels or something, I'm the last one to put this last rock on. I'm gonna write in this tunnel. Damn it, we ain't supposed to be doing this. It's a power station. It's a UFO. It's the temple where people worship, give everybody energy, make everybody happy around the planet, and they create heaven on earth. And then they put the blocking stone in place. And somebody saw Christine do that. Christine, you shouldn't have wrote that. I don't know why you did that. You know, the king, if the king find that, the king gonna murder you, your family, and all us. So we don't know who built the pyramid. But I think whoever did that is, and that's not hieroglyphics, so you know it's not the Egyptians. Bottom line, case closed. Whoever built the actual pyramid was not Egyptian. End of story. Now, unless it was like the first Egyptians, maybe before they figured out hieroglyphics or something. You know, because it evolved. It could have evolved. It could have been the first Egyptian one. It could have been number one, version 1.0. But it's not like the evolved hieroglyphics, all right? So it could be. But that's just the cover of the pyramid. We don't know what's underneath. And somebody mentioned that they said that they didn't build it anyway. So the fact that we still teach that to kids in school tells you that there's something important. There's something important about the builders of this that your government doesn't want you to know. Governments around the world are all working together to make sure kids know that the pyramid was a tomb. So there's something important to that. I personally think it goes back to the Adam and Eve story. That's what I think. I think that everybody's worshiping the same God. Nobody's worshiping it the right way. And that the CIA wants to keep that covered up, that everybody's worshiping the same God. And if people realize, oh, we got the same God, we got the same God, we got the same creator, we got the same creator, we got the same civilization, the same people that made our civilization, then people start acting right. Stop fighting each other over war and oil and smartphones, and you'll have like a world full of kumbaya. Everybody came from the same people. So that's what I kind of think, but who knows? I don't know. Yes, it's the cuckoo virus, Lori, because people going cuckoo, right? Lori, people going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm like, I had to do a Joker meme this weekend because I showed it to you. Did you see it? I had to do it because I'm like losing their damn minds. Like, what is wrong with the Americans? Don't the Americans know that China ain't got no police state? It's bad for China. Yeah, I'm sure it is, baby. You just wait till it come for you. We got laser rifles. The Homeland Security. Come on now. They've been preparing with martial law, the Patriot Act, NDAA, and all the other laws they've written that we don't even know about. They got DHSs and CIAs and FBIs and Homeland Securities and ATFs and DEAs. And the damn IRS has a SWAT team. America, you don't need to get all flipped out and discombobulated about what's happening in China. You just need to make sure that you say, hey, everybody, love China, pray for China. And when it comes to America, everybody say, bye-bye, bye-bye, America, bye-bye. They're going to burn all us. We all going to just disappear. If Susan's right, they got 5G. Hang on. Where is this? Because it's just like people lose their mind over what's happening in China. It's just like, you have no idea where you are. People actually making posts. They're like, oh, we got free speech in America. If it comes here, it won't be as bad. I'm just like, man, I wish you read. I wish you could read. I really do wish you could read. We may not be in such trouble. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. So yeah, it is a cuckoo virus because people losing their damn minds. They're losing their minds. They don't understand. Like right now is the time that you pray for China and you drink your smoothies. This is mine right here. Wait. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Coke and Pepsi. Nope, that's not it either. Where's my Facebook? I got a bunch of different things I can click right here as I learn how to use my software. I need some Hogan music. I need the elevator music. All right, now I'm not trying to put people's pictures up there, so that's my friends list. No, not that one. Wait a minute, hold please. There we go. There you go. Don't worry. It's like America, you don't need to lose your mind just yet. You can just relax. Not your turn yet. Your turn is coming, but it ain't your turn yet. You can just chill. Just wait. You'll find out. You'll find out where they spend more on defense, why they spend more on weaponry than they do on smoothies. You'll find out. It's coming. PNAC. What's PNAC? I don't know what PNAC is. PNAC. What is that, Furious George? Let me see. 1% gets there. 1% gets there to be a sellout. Yeah, would 1% run the world, but I think it's now 0.01%. Quickie Mart is Boone's Farm and rolling papers. So first of all, Boone's Farm is alcohol, Beaufort, so I get that. Quickie Mart is for Boone's Farms and rolling papers. Oh, okay. Yeah, God, how come you say you're not in the druggy crew? You're talking about druggy stuff. That's druggy stuff. Natural drugs, healthy drugs, natural drugs that don't have side effects, the ones that you're supposed to take that shamans know about, not the one that CVS has. I had a little cold over the weekend. It really opened my eyes to take better care of myself. Thank goodness Christ that you were like a person who can say, you know what, I got a problem, I need to fix it. Absolutely. If anybody getting sick, it's a hint your immune system is saying, hey, you ain't 100%. Christ said she had a little cold, so she might be 82%, right? And just might be some donuts. She can have some fun. We found a new man, and what they do when you find new people, y'all go out to eat dinner. Get all that pesticide, get that sugar, debilitate your immune system. So just reboot. She has a big garden. She can eat from that garden, start bringing that immune system back. Get ready. All right. Get ready. Always be prepared. It's like these condoms. Well, how's that say? I'm going with the condom and the gun. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And that is the truth. Gerard will be the last of us here on the site. Ty, I don't know that to be true. I don't know if the cuckoo virus comes, you won't find me nowhere. You find, where is he at? He got something to say. He got to say something about everything. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to be gone. But I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing to get off of here. I don't, For me, it works out, Ty, well here because like while I'm doing what I got to do throughout the day, I can pull up the app real quickly, have a thought, post something, and be gone. And that's it. And plus, there's too many smart people here. A lot of people don't like Facebook. I love Facebook. I love it. I can't talk bad about Mark Zuckerberg at all. I love Facebook. I do. It has nothing to do with Facebook. It has to do, well, they created great software, but I have so many good friends. I couldn't leave if I wanted to, Ty, because I can't ask people questions in the real world. People in the real world, they oh goodness gracious, they drink their Ovaltine. They drink too much. I don't know anybody in the real world that knows things that people, my friends on Facebook. I can ask them anything. And we can have a great discussion from ghosts to aliens to ancient archaeology to law, right? And I don't have that anywhere else in the world, so I can't really lead these people. I'm kind of a slave to these people. I can't really go anywhere. So I might be the last one on the site. I might turn out the lights, close up the door, and be the last one to write on the stone. They lying. This is a cover-up site. They can cover it up. We didn't build the pyramids. I might be the last one. But I have no reason to go anywhere. Gerard is the PG version of me. That might actually make sense, Furious. I'm the PG version. Might be. I might be the Christian-friendly version. Maybe I'm the religious-friendly version. I don't know. Maybe. I'm definitely the kid-friendly version because Furious don't want no kids, y'all. Furious, you start talking about kids, like, you're using that as a mean to control me. Yes, I am. I do, all the time. Because that's how they use to invade nations. If it works on the Americans for invade nations, they're gassing kids. Then it means that I can use it to get people, hey, we need to work together. The kids are good. All right, anyway, let me do this. I didn't look at the news at all this weekend. Is everything cuckoo virus or is anything in there important? Not that the cuckoo virus is not important. It is important and y'all should pay attention. I'm just not paying attention. I'm planting seeds and I'm getting ready for it to come. I'm getting my immune system ready. I'm working on my Pentagon, my defensive systems. Get my immune system boosted up while everybody else is crying over China. I did what the Chinese government is doing for its people is love compared to what it might do for ours, going to do for us. So anyway, I'm afraid I wanted to look at the news. I think it's all cocoa virus. And the theories and how it got started all over the place, how many people it's affected, and then it's just, you'll only know what they want you to know. Right? Like that's what you'll know on the cuckoo virus. You'll know what they want you to know. That's all you're gonna know. You only know, what happened? Did I get rid of my thing? We got God. Where'd God come from? God popped up. I pressed the wrong button. God, hey God, how you doing, God? What's going on? All right, there we go. God is gone. There we go. Is that it? I don't know if that's the right screen. I just want to go down and see if there's anything other than cuckoo virus. Yes, plant the seeds. Somebody said plant the seeds. Yeah, you got to get your seeds going. Is that Hillary? Get your seeds going. Start thinking about your immune system. Deep leafy greens. Get your cold crops ready to go if you're in a cold state. Get them ready to go on the ground because you're going to need that help. Ain't nothing at the grocery store ever going to protect you like a fresh, deep leafy green that you just grew out the ground the same way nature created it, okay? We won't go through those theories. In times of stress, in times of struggle, when your immune system is being stressed by your 4G and 5G's coming, and everybody's getting the 5G phones and sending their kids to come talk to you. Make sure your immune system is strong. Make sure you eat the things that made it easy for your body to exist. How plants, how they evolved, grown in natural, organic, biodiverse grounds and eaten fresh. Not at your local grocery store after they had their pesticide treatment and been stressed from sitting on a truck from Mexico for 7 days. All right, let me see. Understanding socialism, redefining the value of labor. I bet you Chris has a great topic on that. Y'all know me in labor. I don't believe in forced human labor. I think the meaning of your life is for you to live your life. And I think that when you're born here, you've got all these compelling systems and people and races and religions and governments and economies and stuff that want to take your life from you. They want to convince you to outsource your life to them and live for them as opposed to living for you. So to me, the meaning of life is you doing you living your life. So I don't believe in labor at all. I don't believe that labor at this point in time should all be done by robots and automation. And you should need to free the people, let them go live their own lives so their immune systems work, so they'll stop cultivating the worst viruses on the planet. Ooh, do you know Sadhguru jumped in on the cuckoo virus? Sadhguru basically said that this is happening way too often. I had to post a quote. I said the quote wrong, but he's just like, this is happening kind of often now. By now we should start to really do the math. And he didn't go too into detail because I don't think you can be that big and say what's true and keep breathing oxygen here. So he just basically said, yeah, this is happening a little too often, and that should be the clue and the hint. It's like people in Hollywood or anywhere else, your presidents or whoever y'all think is gonna is there to help. They can only speak between the cracks, and it is happening way too often. So whether you take that to mean the bats and the birds, or the bats and the snakes are getting freaky too much, or the government's making bioweapons, or people's immune systems are debilitated, or 5G, or we shouldn't be making these bioweapons, however you take it, it's just happening way too often. Right? Way too often for us to be in conflict with each other anyway. On contact, understanding socialism. All right, well, I just don't believe in socialism. I believe in robotism. Let the robots do the work, free the humans. And that to me is a paradigm shift that we need to fix violence on this planet. Shocking insults leveled at Weinstein's body in court. You think somebody said that it's not his body or something? At Weinstein's body in court. Shocking insults. You think they're figuring out that he ain't dead yet? They might be. I want to kind of click on that. I'm curious about that.
And while Washington had their eyes on Bernie Sanders, another Bernie was trying to tug at the heartstrings of the DOC. Bernie Madoff, convicted Ponzi schemer, says he's dying and should be released from prison. Meanwhile, embattled movie mogul Harvey Weinstein has been in court presenting a less than healthy appearance himself. Is that going to help him? This as deceased financier and pedophile Jeffrey Epstein gets money transferred into an offshore bank that he owned, while his friend Prince Andrew is a person of interest to the FBI. It's been another...
All right, I'm sorry. It's just so many pedophiles now. I can't even keep up. That's the other one. That's the other big popular one. There's so many of them now. So it's not Epstein. I saw Weinstein and I read Epstein. It's just so many. You got, when you got a planet, when you got all of these leaders and groups and people who are popular at the top abusing children, that's probably how you need to have a paradigm shift in your world. Just as a hint. Shocking insults leveled at Weinstein's body count. Yes, I don't really care about Weinstein, to be honest with you. Like, the whole Weinstein and who's the other one? Cosby and Spacey. I really don't care too much about that. I think that those are little fall guys. Epstein might have been a slightly littler small guy, slightly larger little small guy, but he's not. Though they're not any significant players in the child abuse that happens on this planet. You want to start at your Pentagon. You want to start with your CIA whistleblowers who are telling you that they grab kids off the street for wealthy people. I forgot his name, but they'll tell you his name. That's where you want to start if you want to actually fight abuse being levied against children. Those who do it as a model. Those who do it totally for profit, and those who do it in mass. Not the little Weinsteins. Weinstein, I don't know how many people they say that he was mean to or touched or did whatever. You got a whole government. You have a world cabal that owns governments that does it. And so, yeah, I'm not that interested in Weinstein. I'm sorry if you wanted to watch that. I only got so much time. I only got so much time on Earth, and I only got so much time in between slavery here this morning. So I don't want to do Weinstein. Did Israel use civilian airliner as a human shield? I'm sure they did. They used people as human shields. That's nothing to me. Bravest golf body Ever takes one for the team. Okay, bravest golf body. I'm not that interested in golf. Jim Crow, there you go. Jim Crow alive and well in Mississippi prison. You know what? I'm gonna watch it. Can we watch this? We do a solid one for the brothers and sisters in prison. Yeah, so first of all, Jim Crow never stopped. Jim is not just in prison. Jim is in the DNC, and Jim is in the GOP, and Jim Crow, he never went anywhere. Jim just decided that, you know what, we need to apply this across the board to all poor people, right? And so Jim only made money on the poor blacks a long time ago. Now Jim make the money on poor everybody, whether Mexicans, whites, yellow, purple, green, Asian, doesn't really matter. If you're not born with enough chips or chits or monopoly money, Jim Crow's coming for you. But I do want to look and see this, because I think we got to do a solid for the people who have no voice.
There's something else we want to tell you about. The Justice Department is announcing that it's going to open a civil rights investigation to try and figure out what's going on with Mississippi State's prison system.
I'm sorry, did y'all hear that? Am I the only one who picked up on that? The Justice Department is going to launch an investigation as to whether justice is occurring in the Mississippi prison system. The Justice Department. The ones who are never just. The ones that they ain't never just. They can't even spell just. Gonna launch an investigation. These type of stories are done. See, I thought this might be somebody else. These stories are done to convince you that the Justice Department is out for justice, and they're not. But let's take a look at it. Let's just take a look. Just, to me, trust. You know, cover-ups and trust. When you know, if I can't trust you, I can't trust your justice.
There have been 15 unexplained deaths. Nobody can figure out how they happened, and there are reports of malfeasance and...
Wait a minute, 15 deaths in Mississippi? How many people being shot by police every damn day? How many? And it's whites and blacks too. I know some people still in that whole race paradigm. They don't understand. The studies show white men are shot more by police than black men. Now I'll say we, I'm gonna say black men, because I like to take agnostic positions on all this. Black men are shot a higher in percentage, white men are shot higher in general, okay? And that's because the Justice Department ain't changing nothing. And that's because the laws ain't changing. So they're gonna judge Mississippi prison system for the 15 people they killed, not for the how many, 1,500, 5,000, how many people died because there's no justice in this country that completely ignores the Bill of Rights every chance it gets, burned throughout the Constitution a long time ago. So, but let's find out what the people this behind the genocide of the American people got to say about the only 15 died in Mississippi prison system.
Horrible, just deplorable living conditions in the prisons. We should note that some of the problems are arising at those private, for-profit prisons as well, the ones that have long been a problem and obviously continue to be extremely controversial. Our colleagues at Watching the Hawks have been preparing a special report on this. Here now, a sample provided by producer Devin Springer.
When you're inside, it's totally different from outside. People watch the movies and they have their take on what prison is like, but they don't know what it is to be inside. We have to take care of each other when we're inside. We go through a whole lot of things, but we take care of each other. And then the conditions. When you're not used to that, when you're out of the norm, and you're in abnormal situations, you have to make do. So you try to figure out a way to do that. But when you have to take to washing your own clothes on your hand, because there's no washing machines. The washing machines that they have, you put your clothes in a bag and you set them out, or you take them to the laundry and you turn them in. You don't know what you're going to get back. You might get your clothes back, you might not. Not good at all. The mold in the prisons is coming through the wall. You breathe that, you inhale that. There's a lot of people sick from that. Not only that, it's the toilets, the sewage is bad. It's horrible.
Even though Unit 29 is said to be the newest, the most modern unit, it is still crumbling. The infrastructure is crumbling, and it's visible to anybody who even walks into the unit. Normally, when you go to a visit on Unit 29, it's going to be hot or it's going to be cold. Either it's going to be extremely cold outside or it's going to be extremely hot inside. Normally, in temperatures in excess of 100 degrees, there's no air conditioning. If there's no air conditioning for us in a ventilated area, on 29, in the actual pods and the cells that hold guys, they have no circulation at all. So what you normally would see is that you see guys shirtless, and they're laying on the cold floor because Unit 29 is made out of cinder blocks. Cinder blocks, they hold in either cool air or they hold in heat. So during the summer months, they're holding in all of the cool air. So the guys just lay barefoot, just like bare-chested on the floor. It's not uncommon to see 5 or 6 guys just laid out in a cell on the floor. Vermin is visible in the visiting areas. Rats, roaches, spiders. And I'm not talking little spiders, huge spiders. Mosquitoes the size of birds, wasps, any insect that you want to see. You have ant beds in the corners of the facility. And these are areas where the public are allowed to be.
Wow. Joining us now, the host of Watching the Hawks, Tyrell Ventura. Also joining us is producer Devin Springer, who's worked on this special report.
I'm noticing some synergies. I don't know if you're seeing them as well. So you could actually listen to that, and if you took out the explanation about the cell floors, you could pretty much apply that to every city in the United States, from the bugs to the people without air conditioning, water, heat, the complete avoiding of creature comforts, right? So, and I always speak up for people in the prison system, but because they're just slaves. They're slaves that got trapped because they were born in the wrong spot. But the reality is, I'm noticing the synergies, right? The way that we let people live in cities now and in poor rural areas, the same way we force them to live that way in prison. It's one way you might be able to modify your environment that the other you can't. If you take away a creature's comforts, the creature becomes a little bit moody, a little moodier. You can control them better, or you can turn them into monsters. If you turn people into monsters, you can stress them out with 4Gs and 5Gs and pesticides and slavery, and turn off their water and turn off their power, and just keep them threatened, compel them. You can control them, or you can make them monsters, and other people would turn on the monsters and give up their rights, so you can control all of them even better. So I'm noticing some synergies. That to me sounds like the American society. That actually sounds like a couple other countries too. But the same way the prison system's run, same way I see most of America's being run. That's why I think it doesn't matter who the president is, doesn't matter who's in Congress or in the Senate. The bottom line is they're taking your creature comforts because they're trying to turn half into monsters and make the other half scared to control the entire population. Same way they do in prison.
Pretty amazing. What else did you find out?
Well, I was there for several days, and one of the things I found out was in everyone I spoke with, Parchman Prison is sort of a dirty little secret, but an open secret, right? So for years, from the time that the prison started till today, it's always been a site of violence and racism and death. And when you speak to people in the town who grew up around that prison, they all know, they'll all tell you this is not new. And that was kind of what was shocking to me, was how the corporate media is making it seem like it's a very new thing that they're now going in to investigate. But there's been tons of investigations, and they've known for a long time how bad it is.
They don't care.
It's interesting, Tyrell, because you and I both know, and I think anybody who does a cursory look at history knows that it was specifically in places like Mississippi after the Civil War, during Reconstruction, that they essentially changed slavery, right? Instead of owning slaves, they just put people in prisons for spitting on sidewalks. And in prisons like this that were actually called farms, right? Isn't it still called a farm?
Yep.
They actually would imprison people and then hand them out to locals so they can use them not as slaves but as unpaid workers.
See, and this is why I love me some when I watch the news, I love me some Sanchez, because he'll tell you the truth. He'll tell you the truth. He's explained to you right there. Jim Crow never ended. Jim ain't never go nowhere. Jim just decided that they can make money on everybody. Right? And that's why they call it the farm, right? They close up the plantations and they just called the prisons the farm. And they just walk people right off the plantations, and most of them walk right back on, or they walk right to another farm and they got funneled out somewhere else. And that's just the real truth. Slavery never stopped. And so because you got this big vacuum of free labor and forced labor, you had to have millions of laws. You had to keep creating laws to keep making sure you're filling that void, that vacuum of people getting corporations and farms and plantations getting free labor. And so now we have that today. Now it's a societal model. You know, the only difference, if you're born poor, then you go through the prison system. That farm, if you're born with a little bit of money, got a mom, dad, get a little job or something, go to college, get a degree, you go to a different plantation called a cubicle, an office, right? But you're still compelled, you're still forced labor and still free labor. What do you mean it's free labor? It ain't free. I get paid good. Oh yeah, where do you get the money from? It's free labor. Oh, you're free labor. No, I get paid to do my job. You do. Where do you get the money from? You can read, right? You know, the Federal Reserve, you know they print the money. That's why I love saying it. You know they print the money. You know they print the money. You know they print the money. They print the money. You know that they print the money. You're free labor. They don't pay anything for you. You know, yeah, your corporation does. ABC Inc. pays for you. But the people above them, they print the money. You're a slave and you are free labor. You are compelled into not having a life, living your own life to whatever reason you're on this little rock, to go do what will allow you to afford a particular lifestyle. We are all slaves. So I like the story this time. This is why I like Sanchez, because he'll say it was true. I don't always agree, but he'll say the truthful things.
It's the same thing we're seeing today. It's that's why it's not shocking that most people of color, most minorities in this country are in, a good portion of that population is in prison when you compare it to white populations in this country, and also the fact that everyone, most prisoners, as you found, are also being put into terrible working conditions for pennies and things like that. And these are incarcerated people. They're not prisoners. These are people. Most people there are not there for violent crimes. They're there for crimes against themselves, personal crime, things like that. Doing drugs, something like that.
Crimes against birth. Doing drugs is not a crime against yourself. They're political prisoners. A politician decided that something that was acceptable within the Bill of Rights was something that they didn't like. They all got together, took it away, and said, nope, you don't get to have your own natural medicine because that's too cheap. We need to make money from you. You need to buy it from your local CVS. And so they threw you in prison. These are political prisoners. These people are not violent. They're decent people. Trust me, unfortunately, I know. I used to visit my friend in prison starting at the age of 17 while I was at college.
It's a truly horrific situation in parts
of the good people.
Pay attention to 12,
I'm so glad you mentioned.
Did I say crimes of birth? Did I even mention that? That was the one I meant to say before I got to Rand. It's just crimes of birth. They were born in the wrong spot. They were born to the wrong people. They were born to the wrong mom and dad. Perhaps a mom and dad that believed to live within their means and didn't go to the city to work for big corporations who print the money and got the loans for the money and gave it to them. And so because their parents lived within their means and they were modest, it means that these people ended up in the prison system. They were crimes of birth. They were born in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, and here's why. In any conversation that we are going to have about the prison system, one of the reflexive reactions from many Americans is, so what? They're prisoners. Who cares about them? They're horrible people who committed a crime. They don't deserve any rights. How do you respond to that?
I get that a lot because I've been covering prison issues for the better half of a decade now. The truth of the matter is, one, they're still humans. Two, we can look at the numbers. Roughly 60 to 65% are what we would call non-violent offenders, crimes of need or crimes of passion.
Love what that brother said. First thing, they're human. They're human beings. They are a part of your family. They're your cousins, your brothers, your sisters. They were just born in the wrong place at the wrong time and didn't have the privilege that you had to escape it. They weren't lucky enough. But they are human beings, and they're being held unjustly by an injustice department, which boggles my mind. Anybody would take serious anything they're saying about determining the justice of a Mississippi prison system. right? That's why I don't want to have anything. We can watch Obama's little speech interview thing if you want. I gave him a chance. I give everybody. I'm hoping that people always grow up and say what's true, but he didn't. The interview with BET, he had a chance. He had a chance to say what was true. You know, the more laws you make, the more prisoners you're gonna have, more political prisoners you're gonna have. The more political prisoners you have, the more laws you have, the more police you need. The more police you need, the more guns in your community, the more the laws that people don't want will put them in conflict with police, the more children gonna die. That's just a sad fact, and you can't get any president to be honest and say that. You can't get any politician to be honest and say that. They need to delete the laws. But the problem is they already got paid for it, and they're getting paid for it, right? So you basically created a table, a corrupt table. You build an industry by taking rights from people to funnel folks onto the farm. And so basically you sold their rights on Wall Street. And that's why the politicians aren't giving it back up. The DNC and the GOP, they're not giving you your freedom back. They're not getting rid of the laws. They got you blaming police. They got you blaming racism. They'll get you to blame anything that they can. Blame immigrants. Blame somebody. Don't blame yourself, right? As long as you vote for the politicians, they're writing more laws, which means more people will go to prison, which means they'll put more police on the street, which means that every life in America is going to matter less and less and less and less. While they have marches, yell, scream, protest, but lives that matter, they ain't going to matter. They're going to matter less. It's just money, baby. It's just green. It's just money and green. And the sooner you figure that out, the sooner you know who the problem is, the sooner you know what the problem is.
And then we can even take it a step further and even look at the ones designated as violent, and we can actually look and work backwards and find societal reasons for why the crime even happened in the first place.
I don't even know who this kid is. Who is this kid? Who is it? I need to vote. Does he got an Instagram? You brother, you on YouTube or something? You on Facebook? It boggles my mind when people say truthful things. And this is why I got hope for the next generation. These kids are figuring this out. They're figuring the sham out, you sham of adults, you fakes and phonies, you crooks and criminal colluders. They're figuring y'all out. This kid, he done said right there, oh my goodness. I appreciate this. You know what? He might be related. I know he's related to me. Anyway, even when you have a violent crime, even in the rare case that somebody is actually in prison for a violent crime in America, very rare, there's a set of circumstances that brought about that abuse, right? And that's what we talk about. Abusers have been abused. Violators were violated. The neuroscientists and the behavior scientists told us that from the very beginning. So if you create a society where kids aren't being abused, then they don't turn around and abuse people later. Rapers were raped. Right? And this is why I'm saying that they're literally collapsing your society by making people into monsters who were just born here as kids. I love it when people figure it out. And people are figuring it out. I think they're figuring it out. They're closing up more Twitter accounts. So people got to be figuring it out.
Right? We can talk of lack of mental health. Of course. Poverty, hunger, all of these different things, homelessness.
I've seen studies, and I don't know if you guys will back me up on this, but I've seen studies that show that a young African-American male caught smoking marijuana or something in that vein in a lower income community compared to a young white male in a suburb, the punishment, whether it's cocaine or marijuana, is completely different.
It's completely different. I mean, look at how long it's taken us to recognize the difference in sex.
And why? Is it their race? Is it their skin color? That they would go to prison and work on the farm for longer as a commissary slave or as a worker? Is it this thing called skin that's behind that? Or is it just money? Is it just money? Because people who look a certain way in a certain community had less ability to get lawyers to fight it. So you write laws to thrive upon them because they have less ability to fight the law. Social economics. So it's always social economics. That's why they put race in front of you. That's why they get so many people out there yelling and screaming in the street about racism. Why? Because you're not going to change an emotion. You're not going to change a belief. You're not going to change that. Oh, you can change economics. You get people out the street yelling and screaming. It's social economics that we need to stand up for the poor whites and the poor communities, the poor folks with the mullets and the trailer parks, and the poor black people in the ghetto, and the poor immigrants in the barrios. You start talking about economics, When you actually start hitting the bottom line, you're going to have progression. You're actually going to fix something. You're going to change something. But then once again, we got a police state, so they're going to shut down on that. That's why they came for Occupy. Occupy knew what was going on. They weren't playing the race game. They were playing the money game. They understood it was banks and corporations that are making all the decisions. When you come for them, that's when you know. When you post something true on Facebook, they take it off. That's how you know. When you have a profile on Twitter and you're saying what's truthful, they'll delete your profile. That's how you know what's true. If they don't say nothing, then you ain't doing nothing. You got a president yelling and screaming on TV about racism, this, that, white privilege, whatever, then you know that ain't the problem. The problem is money. That's why I say I'm an anti-capitalist. That's why because there's so many problems and people are so emotional. You get them wrapped up in so much drama and fighting their own futures. You can't list them all. You can't find it all. But you know, at the basis of every problem in your society, in your world, is everybody wants that one thing. Everybody wants that chit. Everybody wants that. I said chit. C-H-I-T. It's a chit. Everybody wants the coin. And as long as everybody wants that coin and they die if they don't have it, you create an economic system of getting people to fight each other for this one little thing. When you attack it from a monetary perspective, you attack the economics of abuse and oppression and slavery and compulsion. When you actually go after that, then you're going to do something. Until then, you're wasting everybody's time. That's why I'm not in the race game. I'm not in.
Powdered cocaine and crack cocaine. Mm-hmm. It's the same drug. It's just one's made a little differently than the other, but it's the same drug. It's the same high.
The implication you're making.
See, when you stand up for people's right to do crack and cocaine, great things happen. But when but the crack is worse. The cocaine is worse. No, it's not. It's because it's the white community. It's the black community. It's because it's this or that. No, stop. Everybody has a right to take whatever you want. It's your body. That is your God-given, natural-born given, American-given, natural right. No matter where you are. You have a right. If it's within your skin, it's your business, not nobody else's business. Bottom line. You can stick to that bottom line, great things will happen. You keep playing this selective nonsense, nothing will change.
Thinking is one is used by African Americans and one is used by rich white kids.
Exactly, and they go in and you know all throughout the 80s, 90s, and even into today, you see the discrepancy. This country's legal system is twofold. There's a legal system for the super rich, that's much different than everybody else, and there's a much different legal system.
Are we different though?
Not true. Hang on, not true. Not true. Fake news. The super rich have no legal system. There are no legal controls over the super rich. The people who actually own the resources, they don't have a legal system, okay? They do what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, to whoever the hell they want to do it to. Epstein proved that. And the fact that your political parties have completely left his entire enterprise alone should tell you that. They can do anything they want to anybody at any time. Poor people, we got laws. Now you start talking about your upper class, they got a few laws. They got a little bit of a legal system they got to look out for. Some things are just too big to get caught doing. Middle class, y'all got a hell of a lot of laws. You need to be careful when you leave the house in the morning. Poor people, oh my goodness, you're not allowed to do anything. You are illegal at birth. At birth, you are a criminal. Everything you do is illegal. They'll prey on you for everything. They'll get you because you got an afro. They'll get you because you got a hood. They'll get you because you got a mullet. They'll get you because you're driving a hoopty. If you look like you can't fight the charges, everything you're doing is breaking the law. You breathing oxygen on this planet. You're pouring up in America, you broke the law. Why? Because the law is going to come for you. The police have mandatory minimums. They will get you and they will lie about it. They'll sprinkle crack on you. They'll lie about your stop light thing. They'll break your light in the back of the car. And that's how laws work. It's like, we got a legal system. No, you don't. No, you do not. You do not have a legal system. You literally have different classes and requirements of those classes.
I'm glad you made that point. But are we different than the rest of the world, or is that something that's just part of humanity?
Well, when it comes to incarceration, we're very different. So, for example, in the U.S., the number of people serving life sentences is more than the entire prison population of Japan and 60% of countries in the world. So just to put that in perspective, that's life alone. And then on the subject of discrepancies in sentencing, for African American and Native communities, it can be up to 6 to 12 times more sentencing for the same crimes as a white person.
Just even if you don't have the exact numbers, when you visited this prison, what was the percentage?
See, that's the only time it gets me. Anytime I hear that ending as a white person, it kind of gets me. Y'all know, I don't, because we got to stop with this division. We got to stop with this nonsense. Bottom line is you're a free person, and the debate isn't about who is more in prison. I don't care if it's white, black, blue, or green. Should these people be in prison is the bottom line. Should we have the worst legal system on the planet? Should we have the worst justice system that's completely unjust on the planet? Should we have a police state? That's the question. But they always, and I like this guy. I do, I like this kid. But the problem is people are still racially motivated. Like this whole society, it makes you racist at birth. It convinces you to join a team and shouldn't nobody be on any damn teams. So I hear that at the end and I don't appreciate that because that's not the debate. The question is, are people free? Are you free or are you a slave? And leave the debate about who has it worse alone, because it doesn't matter who has it worse, because kings are the ones who put y'all in categories by race. And it's the dumbest idea to keep their march going forward. You know, the very fact that you say that means that you're pushing someone off. Why? Because if I'm white, and I spend time in prison, and I'm looking at you as a privileged young black man, and you've never spent time in prison because you were born with a little money than I have. Now I got an issue with you. Now I got an issue with what you're saying. And you see how this works? That's what I'm saying. We got to change how we talk. Because the very fact that you bring that up, you're already setting me off because I'm pissed off. There go Crystal. Y'all know Christ Henderson. Christ Henderson. Y'all know that they beat her up and threw her in the back of a police car? And she's a white lady. Breaking all the narratives. I have never been beat up by police, and I've never been thrown in the back of a police car. I've had guns pulled on me by police. I've had dogs go through my car, but I've never been beat up and thrown in the back of a police car. That's never happened to me. That happened to her. Okay? We need to get past this, right? You set people off when you say things like that. I'm very privileged in that I've never been in that situation. And who am I to judge somebody who has? So we really got to chill on that. We have to. They use language to turn us against each other, and that's why we can't get anywhere. I know it's emotional, dramatic, it's compassion. I get that, but you got to take that compassion and don't focus it on white folks, and don't focus it on black folks or immigrants. Take that compassion that you have and focus it on the system. The system, the system, the system. And speak to people in ways that you don't offend them, because you need them to come to your protest. You need them to line up with you. You need them to share and like your posts and subscribe and do all the things to make your post go viral. You see what I'm saying? You got to use their system against them. That's what you got to do. And that's why Furious George said, I'll probably be the last person on Facebook. I probably will. My goal is to use your system against you. I believe in Kenpo. Is it Kenpo? Is it Kenpo, Tempo? Fempo, flam, flow. What's the name of the martial arts where you take people's strength and use it against them? You take their strength and you use it against them. Right? If they're still using racial narratives, you break all the racial narratives and you use their platforms to bring everybody together to actually throw out the economics, which is why they want to keep their system going. Use it against them. I'm going to use Facebook for what Facebook was designed for, to put faces together in a book and a social network. You know, we're going to network. And that's what I think Facebook is there for. I won't use Twitter. Twitter deletes too many people.
Say of minorities versus non-minorities.
I don't have the exact numbers up to date, but around 2014, which was when the last time the statistics were published, I believe.
Hang on, I'm sorry. He's saying important things, but Desiree posted something. The new Jim Crow. Please read it. Please read it. See, and this is how you use it against them, right? So if you are what's considered white or white, you need to go read the new Jim Crow and go start standing up for poor black people. If you are a black person, what's considered a black person, you need to go read about Lavoy Fennekamp and go stand up for them. You need to read about the Bundys and go stand up for them. See, when you stand up for them and they stand up for you, then the narratives start to shatter and break down. And you'll be surprised how it will move you when you see someone speaking up for someone who doesn't look like them. In this country, because this country got real horrible race problems. When you see, if you're a poor Christian, you need to go read about poor Muslims. If you're a poor Muslim, you need to go read about poor Christians. If you're a poor American, you should read about poor Russians. If you're a poor Russian, you should read about poor. When you start doing that and you start acting like you're a human being instead of you're one of these little bigoted teams and you just took a jersey because you were born in that jersey, put it on and started to play this billionaires gaming system. When you break the narrative, when you use their power against them, that's when all of this falls. As long as you're standing up for people who look like you, then you fit in that exact little model and mold that these billionaires who did it to you want you to. And that's how they keep it propped up.
I believe, despite being a minority in the state, African Americans made up somewhere around 50 to 60% of the population at Parchman Prison.
So they're only about 10 or 20% of the population of Mississippi, but they're 60% of the prison population.
Exactly.
That's really, all right, now let's talk about what's being done.
Because they're poor, not because they have black skin.
I understand. The Justice Department is stepping in now. They're going to conduct an investigation.
They are, but I think the biggest concern with the people on the ground there is that how many investigations do you need? How many times have they heard this kind of song and dance? Oh, now we're going to clean it up. I mean, at one point they declared Parchman Prison came in and said this place is so bad that it's got condemned.
Right.
Structurally condemned.
Right. The Mississippi Health Department 10 years ago condemned the prison, but they're still using and operating it. And when I spoke with formerly incarcerated people who spent over 40 years in Parchman, they said they've seen investigations come and go, but it hasn't brought change. What they want is for the place to be decarcerated, meaning they want people who have parole or violent offenses to be out of the prison, and they want it eventually shut down. What they have done in the interim is they've sent people from Parchman to local private prisons to sort of shuffle and move people around.
And the name used to be Parchman Farm.
Yep. So
implying that those folks
are on a plantation, that they're slaves, they're cattle.
That they're working.
That's it. They're slaves, they're cattle, and all of this is fake. It's all fake. You don't farm them, you don't put them on a different plantation, a nicer, cleaner one. You free the slaves. You finally emancipate. And the only way you do that is by deleting the laws. You have to get rid of the laws. The politicians got paid to keep them. They're trying to keep them. You do the exact opposite. Cover-ups and trust. Trust. You don't trust people who created the system to fix the system because they got paid to create the system. You don't trust people who cover up the purpose the pyramids were built, who say Khufu built them, to tell you what actually is happening in the pyramids. Cover up and trust. Try to wrap that back around. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Read some comments. I'm gonna get out of here. We got real problems, but none of our real problems have real hard solutions, right? There are no hard solutions on this planet anywhere. There are none in this society. Every problem we got is in the mirror. And every problem I got is it's like a booger or something on the screen. See how my face gets like fadey over here? See this? That must be a booger or something. I don't know. I get excited. Sometimes I get to spit, and there we go. All right, now it's nice and clean. I get excited sometimes. It just happens. All right, anyway, gotta get going. All right, Courtney, good morning. Let me see, Christ, let me see. The atrocities that's happening in our prisons is beyond reprehensible. Not one person could walk out without PTSD, which is important, Christ. And I think they do that on purpose. They want the people to have PTSD because it scares the hell out of everybody else. And that's why you have people who fall into this narrative like, oh, they're violent criminals, they need to stay in. No, they were kids. They were just taken in because they thought they were born in a free country. They were kids, they were born at a time, and they trusted the adults. They trusted the police, they trusted their system, they believed their civics class, and they began to live a free life, and they were captured as a slave like they were running around in Africa or Ireland and thrown in a prison, okay? And so they ended up with PTSD, and they became what we made them, which is the same thing is happening to the citizens out here. If we had a condemn sign, it needs to be hung right on America. You need to condemn the whole damn thing. You need to take the whole Rothschild America and condemn it because it literally is not fit for human habitation. Not fit at all. The system has to collapse, or we need a complete paradigm shift. And that's why I say free energy. That's how you get out of here. Free energy. Free energy, free the people. Let the people go about doing. Most technology is utilized for dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. The vast majority of technology is utilized for greed. The tools aren't bad. Technology, it's not a bad thing. But if you can use technology to free people to end violence that comes from PTSD and the things that we do to poor people, then that's what we should do. That's why I'm not voting. That's why I'm not voting today. I'm not voting today because America should be condemned. It should be condemned and needs to go back to being a free country for everybody, which probably means that you have to walk it back into states, and you got to get rid of this federal government. It's a corporation, and corporations, they're for-profit corporations, will always do what's for-profit, period. Good morning, Janet Brown. I'd be curious to know the rates of death among all rates of death in the prison systems. I have to assume Mississippi isn't an anomaly, and it's not that. Okay, it's Megs. Bottom line is, they don't care. Citizens don't care, and the people who run the prisons don't care. They've convinced the citizens that these are violent criminals. These are people who belong behind bars. They weren't just little kids who were born who became survivors. People don't care, but I would love to know the death rate. But I guarantee with that death rate, Megs, that Epstein's don't die in prison. I guarantee that. I guarantee the number is larger than what they'll ever say, and that people with major, powerful connections do not die in prison. They get escape prison. All right. It is heartbreaking, Lori, which is why it's important to see. Sometimes, good healing can happen from a great break. Sometimes you got to break things and make a scab. Sometimes you have to break things and begin a discussion. Like I was talking to someone, I forgot who it was, and said that, I try to keep things happy in my life. And I try to tell people that, well, keeping things happy in your life isn't ignoring the people who got it worse. In fact, if anything, there should be a great happiness in talking about heartbreaking things that people need you to because they don't have voices, and that should make you feel good. That's why I do this. I actually feel good speaking up for people. It makes me feel good to speak up for people, and I don't know why. I think it's because I'm human or something. Megs, I think I got some human on my face. It doesn't ruin my day to talk about people in Yemen or people in prison or little girls grabbed and taken to Epstein Island. It does my body good to talk about real things in the world, because then we can actually start to make changes in the right directions, right? What do you think about chemtrails and their connections to 5G? Joanne, I don't know. That's a good one. 5G and chemtrails, could they be connected? Could be. I mean, so what are chemtrails? Chemtrails are what? They're coal ash, aluminum, nanoparticles. Admittedly, right? Admittedly. What is the one that NASA admits to? I forgot the name of that metal. So it's metal. 5G obviously affects metal, EMF, you know what? The links for me would be too hard to make, Joanne, so I would simply say that neither is for the benefit of the human race. I would say chemtrails are not for my benefit, and 5G is not for my benefit. I don't need to watch 20 streaming movies at the same time on a device, and I don't need to breathe in aluminum, coal ash, or any sort of nanoparticle made in some DARPA lab that I don't even know what's in it. So I'm not even sure if they're connected. I could go out on a ledge and speculate. I'll just simply say that neither is for my benefit, neither should be happening. Bottom line, period, end of discussion. Both are treasonous. I didn't ask for neither one. You can't broadcast a 5G signal every 2 inches through my house at 60 gigahertz. That's a crime against humanity. That's treason. That's damn near EMF rape, okay? You can't do that, nor can you spray anything on my yard. You can't spray nanoparticles or chemtrails and landing on the house. So, I love to speculate, and it's fun, but I don't want to, Joanne, I think if I did that, and we do that sometimes in terms of like developing our belief systems, I try my best to keep people focused. And the focus right now is not necessarily what the two could be utilized for together, but if either one is necessary. Either should be, what's the lady's name who wrote that book? I keep forgetting her name. The lady who studied DARPA. She said, we need to start asking the question, not if it's right or wrong, but if it's necessary. It's not right or wrong that they spray chemtrails. It's not right or wrong that they're trying to roll out 5G. Is it necessary? Neither is necessary. We should not be doing it. All of that stuff needs to be done open source, and everybody needs to know what is being utilized for. As long as you got governments that got secrets, they cannot have tools that kill off large portions of the population. So I'm not sure what they're linked together for. I wasn't a part of MK Ultra, So, I wasn't a part of those studies. It could be something extremely nefarious, but I know either way, the American people didn't ask for it, the world didn't ask for it, so therefore there's no logical reason why it should be done other than the fact that we are not in control of our government. That's why I always fall back on that. You can't have any secrets, and we're not in control of our government. Self-introspective is a lost virtue. It is Christ, which is why we need to sell mirrors. We need to start giving mirrors away. We need to have, you know what? We need to have mirrors 2020. I don't want to master 2020. We need mirrors 2020. We just need to start handing out mirrors. Just go start giving mirrors. We should have like a mirror campaign or something. Just give people mirrors. Just look in the mirror, see what you did, and you work on that. Don't worry about nobody else. You work on that. You got issues in that. It's always in the mirror. The elites are exempt from justice. Exactly, Kate, because they created the justice system. So nothing in the justice system will ever go after an Epstein. Nothing in the justice system will actually ever go after anything that's unjust. They created the system, and if you create the system, then it's like what's Milton Bradley? Milton Bradley can't lose Monopoly. Didn't they make Monopoly? Or was it Parker Brothers? I forgot who. You don't make a system, and that system can take you down. You make a system for it to take everybody else down. Bob Dylan said, everybody must get stoned. Absolutely, Lori. You know what? I think every politician has some ayahuasca. Is that, I'm saying it right? Ayahuasca. I think every politician should have that. Every politician should have some magic mushrooms, some cannabis, and they should be human. Right? If you're going to be a politician, I need to see you high. I need to see you go talking to the mother, the tropical mother when you do ayahuasca. I've never done any of them. But people who done them, some of the most peaceful people I know, the people who do these things y'all call drugs, and that's why I think they're illegal, to be honest with you. I think they make people peaceful. I think they take away people's pain of being born in oppression and slavery. I think they probably tune people into things, and they don't want folks tuned into that. They need you to have PTSD, be angry and aggressive, and fight with other people. And I think that when you do those things, it makes you more human. So yeah, I believe every politician should do them. And I think they should say, listen, on my first day in office, I'm going to smoke ayahuasca on camera. I can't not vote for that. That's the pride. You know what? Ooh, goodness gracious, y'all going to get me voting. You find a politician that says, my first day in office, I'm going to do some magic mushrooms. On my second day, some ayahuasca. And the next day, some cannabis. And I'm just going to do it all live on video. And we're going to read every single law in America. And we're going to talk about what we're going to change. You find me a politician like that, y'all got my vote. Y'all got all my votes. I vote twice. You get all of them. I mean, imagine that. What if the entire Congress was like, hi? And they started reviewing the laws for which ones to keep and take away. Boy, America be free real quickly. I think at the core of humans, we're good things. I think that when you reboot people and you take away their aggression and selectivism and their classes and their races and their religions, I think at the core they're good people. And people are honest when they're drunk. That's what we used to do in corporate America. We used to take our bosses out and get them drunk. Because when you get them drunk, they say things they're not supposed to say. You forget to find out who's getting laid off, what happened, what this project was for. All right, anyway, jail teaches a lot. Yes, Furious George, jail does teach a lot. It teaches you how your government actually works. It teaches you that your system is not really for you, and it explains to you how you're going to be treated the rest of your life. And this is why these kids act up the way that they do. Notice this is covered by a foreign media, not by any in the U.S. That's right, Forbearance Bear. Forbearance Bear. I like that name, Forbearance Bear. That's why I watch international news. It's your first time here. We only do international news because Russian news is designed to lie to Russians. American news is designed to lie to Americans. I don't debate anybody that watches American news because I know that they're going to be lied into one side or the other. If you go outside of your country, then you'll actually get the truth, right? If you live in Russia and you want to know the truth of what's happening in Russia, you got to watch American news because your television is designed to lie to you. If you're in China, watch American news. If you're in America, do not watch American news. Watch Chinese news. Watch anybody else's news, right? America and Britain are pretty much the same way, so I wouldn't even say BBC. Because America and the UK, they work together on everything. So I think they lie for each other. But watch something outside, because other nations will chastise your nation where it's supposed to. It'll chastise your politicians and the power and control. And plus the Forbearance Bear, the other thing that I'm starting to see is that all these nations are just vying to have the best, most productive plantation and slave colony for these central banks, right? There are bigger forces that are at work here. And I think that Russia is trying to pace ahead of America. But Russia's trying to pace ahead in terms of military. I think that they want to serve these Rothschilds and Rockefellers at that level. I think China is trying to show that they can create a better police state than America, and they're willing to kill off millions of their own citizens or something. I don't know, but they're racing with 5G ahead of everybody else. And the Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. Wu-Tang COVID virus ain't nothing to mess. So yeah, I don't believe in nations anymore. I think that we got to grow up past this. We got to grow up past this. We're being played against each other in every way, form, and fashion, from religion to race to nation to everything. And we just have to go back to being human beings. If we don't go, the earth is too small for nations anymore. Nations are just plantations to control us. I think across the board, we have to agree that plantations are wrong. Forcing humans and compelling them to not live their own unique lives has to go away. And no time in history could we ever be able to do that than today. It's very old technology that can free the human race from all suffering. Outside of the Venus Project, and they just had a new video. I just got a pop-up for that. I need to watch that. I try to stay up on the Venus Project. The Zeitgeist Movement's another one. With Saj Guru, I like the way he says it, forbearance bear. He says that for the first time, the human race has the technology to end all suffering. And we do. Why aren't we using it? Right? We do. Why are we not using it? I was raised in the church, so I do believe in Christ. I don't know really what Christ was. I believe in the Christ consciousness. I used to teach and Bible study and all that stuff, youth pastor. But I believe in the mission I was given from Christ, not the ones you're gonna hear from most modern Christians, the one that I'm supposed to feed the world. I'm supposed to help who needs help. I'm supposed to take off my shirt and give it to somebody if they need it. And the whole world needs a shirt right now. We got a world full of kids who need food. We have a world full of young ladies who just want to go to school or walk and get water or do whatever and not be raped by a gang of men. We have a whole world that needs. And the nation that says in God they trust couldn't give two damns about anything this God has said. That's why I'm pretty just spiritual at this point in time. But we have the technology to free everybody. We're just not doing it. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I love that Christ is pronounced Christ by G. Well, because it is, Lori. She was born again. I'm sorry. I have so many friends on here. They got so many profiles. I don't even know Ty. Oh my God, Ty has like 8 profiles. Christ, she got kicked off of Facebook so many times. She created a new profile. She got born again. So now she's Christ Henderson. All right, let me see. I learned a lot in jail. That's why I love people. Yeah, ooh, Fierce George. You know what? I never learned a lot in jail. I was never privileged enough to go to jail. I was born in the right place at the right time. I try to use my privilege to help everybody I can out in jail. I have no jail privilege, but I listen to people in jail, right? I visit people in jail. My best friend ended up in jail for 40 years of his life, and I listen to his stories. I listen to your stories. Brother Chris is in the house. He is another one. And the biggest problem I got with prison is some of the most beautiful people I know spent time in the prison system. And that doesn't make sense to me. When I was raised, I was taught prison is for bad people. Prison isn't for bad people. Prison is for unlucky people and poor people. And so if some of the people with the biggest hearts, the most beautiful people I know spent time in the prison system, then obviously I know the prison system isn't about keeping us safe. It's about keeping billionaires safe. It's about keeping profits safe. It's about keeping slavery and keeping the money flowing. That's why I chastise Brother Chris Lewis right there. I chastise him all the time. It's like, when I was young, I made some bad decisions. No, you didn't. You were just born in a bad time in a country that's locked into badisms and bad behavior that took away your right to say, you know what? I was born in a bad time. A lot of people doing bad. They don't want to go to the drugstore and buy their painkillers. So I'm going to respect my civics class, the Bill of Rights I have, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to buy some painkillers and sell it to them, called cannabis. And I think that's what the brother got trapped for. They caught him like a slave in Africa, put him in prison. Some of the most beautiful people I know are in the prison system. And it doesn't work for me. We can't keep it. The billionaires can't keep this prison system. I'm sorry, they can't. All right. To support the giant multinationals for scarcity and insecurity, envy, and separation. Once known, it doesn't work anymore. It does, Matthew, and that's why we have to talk about it. That's why we have to talk about it. I don't have any other way to help people. All I can do is use this big mouth that I have. We have to talk about freeing the people. We have to talk about the actual system. We have to talk about 1871 when America became a corporation. We have to talk about endless war and how it works, and the fact that you got that 1913 and 1933 Federal Reserve that gives endless ability to build catapults and arrows and Greek fire, right? Because war was always a short-term thing. You would lose a war if you couldn't pay the soldiers. Why? Because the soldiers would walk away. The soldiers got wives at home. They got husbands at home. They got moms and dads. If the king couldn't pay them, they left. Why do we have an endless war right now? It's because they print the money. You got endless money. You have endless ability to deploy death and destruction all over this planet. And you could be deploying food and growth systems and liberty and security. But instead you're deploying death and destruction. We've become harbingers of death because we have endless ability to print endless amounts of money for endless war. So there's no stop to how many kids we can catch and throw in a prison system, how many kids we can starve to join the military, and how many nations we can blow up for oil and cults and whatever else. Do some comments. I'm gonna get out of here. 5G plus chemtrails equals nanoparticles leaching to your system, and 5G radiates it within and around your system. Could be, Kate. Very well could be. Could be. You're breathing that all in. You're more metallic, so obviously the EMF signals and the waves interfere with you more, and maybe that taps into your immune system. I have no idea. Maybe it causes problems. All I know is they can't have any of it. None of it is for the sake of the citizens or the human race. It all has to go. Is that judo, Citizen Deb? Okay, it's called judo. I didn't know that was judo, where you use their power against them. And that's what we have to do. We have to use their strength against them. That's the only way you take down a bigger foe. We're not stronger than them. We're not bigger than them. As Martin Luther King says, you either got to have the people or the money to change the system. We don't have the money and we ain't got the people. But we are involved in this system. And so if you can use their money and their people against them, then you can take down the system. And I think the only way you do that is you start talking honestly, Matthew. You have to start saying what is unpopularly true. And start taking their people back over, and the money too, right? I use the money is consumerism. Stop buying their crap. Stop buying their crap. You can't go to a protest to protest Nike wearing Nikes. It doesn't make any sense. Is it a keto lit? All right, Hillary, I don't know. We got all these martial arts people. I don't know what it is, but use whatever they use against you, against them. That's why I'm not exiting Facebook. I'm not exiting Google. I don't think the platform's inherently bad. The platforms are being controlled, and we can control them as much as they do. Oh, Annie Jacobson. Thank you, Brother Don. Annie Jacobson. If y'all didn't read her book, read her book. That woman is powerful. I don't agree with everything she says, but she's doing that research into DARPA. She's doing that research into the war engine, and she's having to say things in ways that allow her to still have access to those programs and those people. However, she's revealing truthful things about how our government works and what it's been up to. I find it highly significant, Don, that the DARPA people, like those who worked on the anti-gravitics, the free energy, that patented TR3B, all those whistleblowers talking about the aliens and UFOs, I find it interesting that they are the failure in the system. And they're the failure in DARPA as well, because they've seen enough to know that we are literally flirting with the end of the human race. We have technologies, and this earth is too small where just a very few amount of people can end life for everybody. That's why all these little conflicts have to stop. All this little racist nonsense and religion nonsense and national nonsense. We literally live in a time, as you know, Brother Don, where a few people can end everything for everybody. You can be proud of your race all you want. You can be proud of your religion, and you're gonna be a puff of smoke. You'll be vaporized with everybody else. You're gonna end up with the chicken flu, or the bird flu, or the whatever it is, cocoa virus. You're gonna end up with that. If we don't pull together and say we need an open source world, and the world is too small to have Lex Luthors, it's all going in for everybody. All right. bought a good book called, bought a good book for a young granddaughter. It's a journal that asks self-reflecting questions. Child fills in the answers. Sounds fantastic, Rebecca. You should post the name of it so people can do the same. Start raising children and grandkids who actually do self-reflect. No happy drugs, psychedelics. I don't know anything about psychedelics, Chris, other than I haven't done any personal research. But I have a lot of friends who research them on a daily basis. Happy people do happy things. And if it takes you growing something in your backyard to be happy because you're born in such an ignorant time, then I'm all for anybody doing anything that keeps them happy as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. It is their birthright, it's their God-given right, and damn sure it's their constitutional right. And any government that stands against that is something that we all have to stand against. No matter what they try to scare you with, political parties or politicians, they're all insignificant. The problem is the US in particular has bought the whole Talmudic culture of people as cattle instead of human beings with divine origin. Believe me, the culture has spread rapidly all over. Thank you for that word, forbearance bear. Talmudic culture, that people are cattle. I did a video on that a long time ago. We are cattle. Unfortunately, we act like cattle. And and the problem is that the government does treat us like cattle, and they're definitely farming us. But the reality also is we move. We're happily moving. Like, there's a difference between people who are fighting the system, if everybody was standing up against it, but we move for them. We move and we make those noises, and we're okay with other people being tagged, and we tag ourselves because we're proud of our tag. We're number 72. As long as we're doing that, the government is going to do what they're supposed to do, because government is just a system. It's just a system. It requires power. Corporations are just systems. They require money, and they're always going to go after the things that we let them do, and we let them do it. We have to stop moving. At a certain point in time, we got to realize we ain't cattle. I ain't moving for you. And that's make me think of 2020 elections. All right. Your very own life experiences is itself your own highest guru. Absolutely. Are you listening? This is going to crash if the people were honest about it. Yes, it would. It would. If people were honest about it, instead of moving for it, people stop acting like some damn livestock and be a bull with some horns. But nah, they would need to keep going with the farmer. Keep listening to the farmer. When are you going to smoke a joint and eat some edibles while live? Never, Christ. Never, Christ. I can't believe Christ even said that. Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. When it's legal. Ain't taking me to prison. Like, yeah, we need to get him some prison privilege. Nah, you don't need prison privilege. I ain't gonna do that. That's criminal activity. IRS says we're all felons. Yes, Matthew, they and they're right. The IRS, the DHS, DEA, all of them, they've criminalized being a free human being. So we are all felons. They come grab us anytime they want. I pay $5 to see him do some. Yeah, Patricia, you can pay $5, you can pay $50, you can pay $500. Hell no, I live in a slave plantation. Anybody smoking the tweeds and the things they string up, and no, they crucify. I'm not ready to be crucified yet. All right, my dog is looking out the window for the cows. Oh, they don't need Melba. Your dog don't look out the window. Melba, it's cows everywhere your dog goes. Just take them to the mall. Just take your dog to your dog like cattle. Just take them to the mall. And take them to your local Walmart. Cows everywhere. They just like, what am I supposed to buy? I need to take this drug for this. I need to drink this. Waiting for the mad cow, waiting for the mad cow virus to come around. All right. She is trying to scare away my cats. No, Megs, no. I'm not trying to scare your cats. Number one, cats ain't scared of cows. Cats ain't, because there'll be a day in the future. Cats eat cows. Lions chase down cattle. They're not even worried about them. So do tigers. Cats ain't scared of nothing. You bring a cow around a cat, what's the cat gonna do? Go like this. He's gonna start practicing murder operations. Flexing that muscle. I'm born again too, Gerard. Not on Facebook anymore. I used to be. Oh, okay. Forbearance Bear. I didn't know you were on YouTube. Okay. Thank you, G. I believe in you too. Thank you, Christ. I believe in you too. Thank you. I don't know if Christ's gonna save me, but not that Christ. All right. My family wants me to rejoin the church and become a pastor. Chris, you'd be a great pastor. Y'all heard Chris? Chris would be a great pastor. He would, because he get to hooping and hollering. That's why I watch his videos, because he get upset. I watch his videos because he gets to going. I don't know, how do you think I can talk? I don't know. Chris out-talk me. Chris, you feel like you're in church when you watch his streams. Y'all should watch his streams. It's a plan. Yes, it's always a plan. Mad cow disease is so last century. I know, isn't it, Patricia? We got new ones. We got the avian flu, and we got Kokomoka virus, and then we had the other ones. What's the other ones? Xanax, that's not a virus. That's a... No, it's one that sound like Xanax. What's it sound like? There's so many of them. Zika. They just keep, like Sadhguru said, they just keep making new viruses. Because it works. Like, I mean, you can either make a bioweapon that debilitates an immune system, but I think they've given up. I think it's too hard. I think the immune system it works too well. So the whole bioweapons lab, I think they realized if you can weaken the immune system of a military, or if you can weaken the immune system of a population, then like the big pharmaceutical industries, you can profit off of them even better. So I think you can make a really horrible bioweapon virus that doesn't really work so well. But if you got like some sort of thing that you can deploy to weaken their immune systems, or you can get them to eat bagels or donuts or pesticide, you can teach them that Coca-Cola is food and Pepsi, then yeah, you can make customers mind. You can control them. I think they do things to control us for profit and for power and for money. And I think they just failed at making a bioweapon that was just completely effective for everybody, so they have to weaken people's immune systems. Prison and homeless populations are on the same level in the commoners' eyes. Yes, it is, Chris. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And people don't care. But they're taught not to care, right? Television does that to people. Television can always convinces someone that the others are pagans. Right? Same way the colonizers got people to go colonize, because we're going to help you. We're coming to help you by stealing your land and blowing up and burning your family and your teepees and stealing your children and your land. We're going to help you. And people, they buy into that narrative. They buy into the, oh, we're going to, well, you know, the homeless are bums. They need to go get a job. Or, you know, the kids need discipline. They need to go to prison. And they convince people that wanted their pagans and their others, and they deserve to have their rights taken and become political prisoners in those systems. They used to call homeless people bums and hobos. They just were hippies who wanted to live out and be free. I'm a barbarian. I'm sorry, who said that? Pagan? Megan's a pagan? Spiritual anarchy? I'm a barbarian, Megan. I'm just a barbarian. I'm Barbarian X. That's who I am. I'm gonna make t-shirts called Barbarian X. I'm not anything of what anybody said I am. I know that I'm captive by Rome. And this Rome thing made slavery good for a lot of people. It did not make it good for me. I'm just a barbarian. I'm waiting to bring Rome down. I'm just waiting for the moment. Just give me my moment with Caesar. All right. The level you've been nurtured directs your DNA. Absolutely. And that's why American citizens aren't nurtured. They're tortured. If they're tortured, you can make them into proud Democrats, Republicans, proud Christians and Muslims, and proud blacks and whites. If you nurture them, then they just want to be a part of a human race and take care of each other. All right. I have nearly endless consent. I have nearly endless consent. Well, yeah, well, we all consent, Chris, just being born here. We buy things, and we breathe air, and we watch TV. We consent to all this. We got birth certificates. We got driver's license. We consent to all of it. All right. Let me see. Aikido. I don't know. Y'all listening to all Aikido. Aikido with an I. Aikido. I don't know what it's called, but that, whatever that is, whatever, taking their strength and use it against them. That, whatever that is, use that. We stay till they remove us. Absolutely, Furious. I'm with you. I'm gonna stay here till I'm gone. I don't know if I'm coming back. People like to create new profiles. I don't know that I would do that. That's a whole lot of effort. I might go get my life. I got a lot of stuff I got to take care of. I might just go make smoothies. I'll be on another platform. You want to follow me? You got to follow me on YouTube and VK. Somebody mentioned who's that? Patricia? Yeah, you need to follow everybody on VK because VK is a Russian Facebook. I don't think they'll ever delete. The only way the Russians would delete you off of Russian Facebook is if you say something against the Russian government. But you can go to our VK and talk about American government all day, blue in the face, they won't delete you. It's a free speech platform, unless you're talking about Russia. So I'm over there too. All right. I don't know, it's like people, they invite you out your house. You don't really want to stay. Facebook, they finally invite me out. I'm not sure if I want to stay. I might just be like, you know what, this ain't working out. You don't like me sitting on your sofa and your couch talking about free the human race and be nice and love everybody. If that's not allowed if that's hate speech, which is funny about Facebook, they don't even post their what is that thing called? You're violating community community what are those things called? They don't publish them. Like you're just violating community laws or something, community regulations. You can't love everybody. You're not allowed to do that. You can't, you got to pick a team. You got to fight. You got to fight. This is Fight Club. You can do everything, but you cannot talk about Fight Club. All right, I'm gonna get. I gotta use the bathroom. Hold on, I gotta pee. This is the only reason that this doesn't work is I gotta go, and I got this little bladder. This thing doesn't work. A misunderstood frequency, though. Yes, you are Christ. Everybody is misunderstood frequency. We need to free everybody. It's not easy to get food and water that's not tainted with chemicals. You are if you're income challenged. That's why places in Wally World succeed. That's right, Joanne. They're poisoning our water, our food, our oxygen, the air, the EMF. That's the only thing they haven't poisoned yet is the EMF. Soon they'll probably be poisoning us through dimensions, and until people finally say, no, that's it, we're done. You guys are destroying the entire ecosystem. We're gonna stop fighting with people for climate change, for people who are destroying our ecosystems in every other way. Let me see, I wanna pick up solar generator as a backup. You should, Beaufort, but also remember the solar, you can make solar generators. I made solar hot water heaters. I made a solar hot air heater for the greenhouse. I made a wind generator you can make that from a ceiling fan. So it's not about just having the money to go pick them up. You can make these things. You just have to spend a little time and do a little work. But we got to become innovative people again. We used to be very innovative. Then we got lazy because they gave us Walmart. I've been picking on Walmart lately. I need a new store to pick with. Just the big box stores. It's all stolen goods anyway. Hi, Kevin. I remember you. I've been away on family issues and also fires nearby here in Australia last few months. And we're going, yes, and then Forbearance Bear, I think I know I might know who you are. All right, Eddie going. Anyone got some last words for us? Some last words, last rites. They announced on local news which zip codes will be blacked out of energy at which time. They roll from zip code to zip to zip. Yes, they do, Lori. And then that'll be just before we get our FEMA camp assignments. I keep forgetting. I think I'm 10 or 12. I'm not sure which. Everybody know your FEMA camp assignments. People like, oh, why you talking about? I ain't going to no FEMA camp. Yeah, you say that you are. You say that on the internet, you damn sure. Because they coming for you first. You're the first one gonna be in the back of the SWAT truck. I joke about that because maybe I might not be around when they come around. I might have somewhere to go, but I'm not gonna say it on the internet. Why would you say, oh, I'm not shooting? I'm saying I'm getting my Betamax tapes and VHS tapes, and you just tell me where I need to go. You don't even need to come get me. Just send me the address. Text it to me. FEMA Cap 10 or 12. I forgot which one. I'm gonna be there. What time I'm supposed to be there? That's all you gotta say. I need to be there 8:30 is check-in. I'm gonna be there 8:30. That's all you. I don't know why people would just, please listen, y'all. If bad times are coming and you got a bug out bag, you got a bunker, please don't send the address don't put it on Facebook. All right. If you're gonna go this way or that, if you're gonna run north or south, don't put it on Facebook. I'm gonna go in the woods, I'm gonna go foraging. Don't do that, because they're gonna find you. That's exactly where they're gonna go. I don't know how people get this. Don't empower evil people with what they need to take from you, what you don't want them to take from you. Say the opposite. Say something. That's what I'm saying. Listen, don't make me post the pictures. I pulled my Star Trek Betamax tapes out the other day. I'm ready to go. Because they're going to have food. They're going to have water. It's going to be entertainment. It's going to be safety and security. I'm going to trade my freedoms for some security. And I will meet y'all at the camp. That's what I'm saying. We're going to have fun. It's going to be like Hogan's Heroes, except we're not going to do bad things. We're going to do good things. The people are funny. It's like, you know that these tools are here for that. You know that, right? You know that DARPA made this for that. They want you to say what you're going to do. And they're going to put you in numbers. You have learning software that's watching every single one of your posts to see you defiant people who are going to disobey your lords and kings and go the other way. Please just don't put true things on Facebook. Y'all don't do it. Just they created this stuff to learn about you. So make sure that if you like blue, then say you like red. If you like red, say you like blue. If you're gonna go north, say you're gonna go south. Just don't do the truthful things. Make sure that everything is wrong, especially your fetish profile, because they got the fetish and the porn profiles. Make sure that's wrong. I jack them up every chance I get. They think I like goats. Do some searches for bestiality every now and then. That's what you should do. Oh, Chris is Camp 33. All right, brother, know the address, know the time. Make sure you're on time. Ask them and make sure if y'all need sleeping bags up there. Find out from FEMA if you need to bring your sleeping. Find out what you need to know. Make sure that they send you the list of things you're supposed to bring. You're supposed to bring some matches and some board games. Make sure that you know. All right. Let me see. Did Hillary fall again? Sorry, not sorry. Oh, did she? Oh, Patricia, you just bad as Jesus. Patricia going. Oh Lord, she gonna be the first one in the FEMA camp. They gonna get you day one. She'll never let up. She'll never let up. Did she say anything about Rush Limbaugh? She don't even play. She just be, Patricia. Everything that come up ain't supposed to come out, girl. You're supposed to hold on to some of that, just a little bit. She's like, she probably tripped Hillary. I don't feel bad. I do feel bad for it. Because, Hillary, she got family. I'm sure her family good people. You should never want somebody to fall. Okay, gee, you're getting into Talamu territory. Kate, please read between the lines in what I say, Kate. I know I know because you've been here for a minute. Read between the lines. Read between the lines, because you can't say the truth on open air. Answer the call of all the Cubs. That's it. Kevin, when the Cubs call out, and all over the world these Cubs are howling, we just pretend we don't hear them. All the little Cubs like, did we do an episode like that? And we just like wolves, like, I don't hear nothing. You hear something? I don't hear nothing. I gotta go to work. I got my retirement. I got the 401k. I don't hear nothing. You hear some? I don't hear no little humans calling, need my help. Whole world full of kids that need your help. Shoot, kids right down the street howling, need your help. Won't even help them. That's what's wrong with her. Like Conan, G. Conan? I like Conan the Barbarian. Is that the Conan Hillary talking about? I like Conan the Barbarian. I do. You got to serve Crom. He served Crom? Who did he serve? Crom. It's Crom, right? Crom. That's right. I can't remember any Conan quotes, but we need to be barbarians. We absolutely need to be free barbarians. Absolutely. VK is good. Yes, it is, Kate. I like me some VK. In fact, this video's on VK right now. I messed up. I should have told people to go to VK this morning. I'd have got some following over there. I should have played people into that zone. All right. But absolutely, and what Joanne said earlier, people with food, water, and places to live are decent people. And they got enough to go around. You are not overpopulated. There's not too many people on the planet, not too many people in your country. We literally can support hundreds of billions of people on this planet if we utilize the resources correctly. That's why I like automation, I like robotics, and food forage. We can grow food the way it's supposed to. We can maintain the ecosystems. It just means that we got to stop cheering for the people who got the most jewels. That's what we got to do. Yes, Kim Jackson, we got to have standards. We ain't got no standards. We ain't got none. We ain't got no standards. We do what we're told. That's what we do. We need to start having standards again. All right, somebody get G a catheter. No, Jonathan, I'm going to get me a toilet. I'm about to go. All right, I'm getting down to the last of the comments. I boycott Walmart. Kate, you should boycott all of them. Walmart, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Target, Big Boy. I was about to say Homeboy, Home Depot. I was thinking about Bob's Big Boy and Home Depot at the same boy, and it came out Home Depot. Yeah, Homeboy. The human brain does all kind of things. Boycott all of them, Kate. Every last one of them. All of them. You should be buying local, buy small, buy from your friends, make things, sell to them. We need to defy them in every way they don't want to. At the end of 9/11, when Bush came out, they said, go out there and go shopping. We should not have went shopping. We should have went to the local mom and pop shop, and we should have banned malls. Don't go to malls. Go shop at very small. Take everything from them you can. Take the money, take your power, take your vote, take your consent. They do the exact opposite of everything they want you to do. All right, hail Satan to America. Whoa. Let's not go that far, Matt. I'm not hailing Satan. I still think something exists. There's some dark energy out there. I'm not hailing Satan. I leave dark energy alone. There's some evil things on this planet. I'm not sure it's what they say it is, but I ain't tempted. I tempt the government. I tempt them every day. Tempt them. I ain't tempting Satan. No, you will not get me in the mirror saying Candyman. What's that thing called? Candyman? You're supposed to say, see, I said it twice, and I'm looking at myself in the video. Now I'm not saying it the third time. All right, rally to Gerard's compound. You're not gonna do that, Beaufont. Anybody come to my compound ain't gonna make it. That's you're not gonna make it. Nope, I ain't gonna tell you why, because I don't tell secrets on the internet. I just lie on the internet. That's all I do. That's all you can do. All right, let me see. I won't pretend to be a sick fudge to throw anyone off my trail. Yes, Lord, throw them off your trail. You know how to do it because you a woman. Women, they know how to throw men off the trail. Y'all throw us off the trail all the time. Women know how to do it. Women, because they lie. Y'all lie too much. Y'all shouldn't lie so much. They like get a fake wedding ring. I'm married. You ain't married. What you doing in the bar getting drunk? You lying. Women, they know how to throw men off the trail. They come out the house and they wear no makeup and let the hair be bushy on one side. So women know how to not be bad. They know how to. Women are taught. They know how to throw men off the trail because unfortunately, men chase women. They know how, throw them off the trail, girl. Throw them off your trail. That's what you gotta do. Government and stalkers. You know how to throw them off. God bless America. Well, Chris, in that sense, yes. In that sense, yes, God bless America. Because sometimes a blessing is you tripping and falling and your head landing in some poo or something like that, smack. Sometimes it is a blessing to learn. And America needs to be blessed. Absolutely. America needs blessings. Britain needs blessings. Germany needs to be blessings. And Russia needs blessing. All these world governments, they all need to be blessed. Absolutely. Make America great again? Absolutely. God will bless them with some lightning. God needs to send some blessings down. We need some Old Testament God-ish type stuff. We need Old Testament God back. That'll be a blessing. All right, I think I got comments from just about everybody. Crom, a pagan deity of fertility. Yes, I like Crom, Megan. Not the spaghetti monster. I'm not a spaghetti monster worshiper. Most of my friends, they worship the spaghetti monster. And I don't worship Crom. I just kind of like Crom. He kind of okay. Whatever you call it, God is God. I think you just got little g gods and one big G God. One big G God made all of this. And it could be fungi. It could be the Planck length. It could be quantum. It could be a fat dude on a cloud with a white bushy beard or something. I'm fine with all of that. But I don't worship it. I don't think it wants me to worship it. That's another place my head is at. I don't think God wants your worship. I don't think God just wants your sustainability, and I don't know that it even cares if it gets it because it's God. I'm not sure that it really cares what you do. All right, anyway. All right, the Church of Gerard, not sure I should crack open the beer or the Bible. Both of them married, beer and Bible. Crack them both together. Like I said with the politicians, they got to get drunk and high and read the law. You should get drunk and high and read. You know what? In fact, to be honest with you, Mary Lynn, I think if you're drunk and high, you will probably understand the Bible better. Because I never really understood the Bible until I met my high friends. And I started doing a little more research. If people who wrote the Bible got high, they say because Christ, he went up in the upper room to smoke up the herbs. No, heat up the herbs. Technically, he said heat the herbs. If he went to the upper room to heat up the herbs and meditate and write some scriptures, then I think to understand them scriptures and to crack that code, you got to probably smoke the herb that come from the land of Canaan. They called it cannabis. I know people don't like that. I'm gonna see some hate on that one. Anyway, I gotta go. Okay, Jennifer, I didn't say nothing about Jennifer. Walmart has stuff that legit stores won't take it. Yeah, well, Walmart's model is the problem, Jennifer. That's why we shouldn't shop there. People ain't got a lot of money, don't have a choice. You gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day, but if you can afford to not go to Walmart, you should not be going to Walmart. Have fun in the FEMA camps. I am, Susan. I am. Whether I go or not, Susan. Whether I get caught or not, I'm gonna have fun. As Susan, literally, everywhere I go in this life, I'm gonna have some fun. They can torture me. I could be in a chair, you know, because I had a CIA, they like to torture you. And I get done, I just be like, yo, mama. And your father, too. You punk. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna make jokes because I get to come back. Dark energy may not come back. I'm gonna get reincarnated, so I really don't care. I'm gonna love everybody, and I'm gonna talk trash to the day till y'all walk me out of here. To the last minute, I'm gonna have fun, Susan, wherever I end up, because it's just a life. You got one of them. Can I bring my PlayStation? Absolutely, you can. Who is that? Ash, bring your PlayStation, brother. Bring your PlayStation. Bring the games, and bring the games, some Hot Pockets, and bring your microwave. And does FEMA have a list? They need to publish their list of the things that we need to bring. You probably want to bring just all your entertainment devices, as much games as you can, your Sega. Bring a power strip, because a lot of people gonna bring them too. They probably send us away, Ash. Get there with all kind of luggage and stuff, and like bring your dogs and your cats. Like, we here, where y'all at? Hey, y'all let us in? The Americans, we here. Hello? Hello? They look outside. What the hell? It's about 80,000 people out there with bags and lunch boxes and luggage, and they got their dogs and cats. Somebody brought some chickens and cows, and see? No, y'all got to go home. We ain't doing this. You supposed to be mad and upset and aggressive and stuff. Y'all bringing video. This ain't a party. Y'all think this is F Troop and Hogan's Heroes? Ash, I think you should bring all of that. Show right up at FEMA's door. Because when you go for help, that's when they don't help. When you don't want to go, that's when they're going to drag you in. All right, I got to get going. I'm about to pee on myself. I got to go. Have a great day. Stop mooing. You're not cows. You're not cattle. You got horns. You're a bull. Act like it. I got to go. Y'all have a great day. Gerard, I love y'all to death now. Trust people who you can trust, and know that they're always covering something up. I'm out of here. Bye.